I want to second get everything together. Y'all know I gotta do, man. I gotta share this or that, whatever, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I saw something. I sometimes I really believe this. I really believe sometimes, like, I don't know if it's God, whoever it is. I think it's God. Lead me on to see certain people's, what can I say? Certain people's posts and lives and things like that or whatever, right? So I think it was just the other day I was talking about how this app, at one point, when they did their update, they were like sending us out to kids and stuff like that or whatever, whatever. This ain't how I found this kid. I found this kid because I was actually listening to music. So, if I'm listening to music, I switch and the next video come up. It's his little clip. He had like a little mini clip or something like that. And it was like him in the backyard, something like that, trying to rap or whatever. This kid is 16. It's a 16-year-old boy. So I automatically saw when I went to his pages, I was just going to look at his page, see if he had any more, because he was actually all right as far as music concerned. Go to his page and I see he live. So I click, I said, let me see the little nigga talk about. I go over there, and when I go over to his page, I've been where he been at before. That's why I understand. And I was older when it happened to me, so I can imagine what he going through at 16 years old. And what he going through at 16 years old is being homeless, which is a reality in New York. And if you live in New York, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you live in LA, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It bothered me that enough. But then he added on, and I'm not sure what area of the United States he's in. I didn't look that deep. But it bothered me more so that it was three things. One, he was homeless. And I shared his live in my community section. So y'all can go see and watch the live for yourself and understand what I'm talking about. Sometimes people need to see things from another perspective or happening to somebody else to totally understand what somebody's saying, like a lot of things I be saying. And I am no way trying to use this young man to prove my point, but it does stick out. I told everybody, I said, yo, listen, my birthday is not today. Goodbye. I told everybody. And see that right there, that's the problems with things. You had a whole bunch of men and women that were well over, I could tell by some of those profile pictures, 30, 40, maybe even 50 years old in that chat room with that 16-year-old young man. Them 15 and that 16-year-old boy versus them 20, 30, which he started eventually calling out because at a point I go into his chat room and y'all won't see me. And I'm talking shit to every last one of them. I'm like, yo, this kid is 16. I keep writing that over and over and over and over again for these 30 and 40 and 50-year-old niggas. Grown ass niggas making fun of a 16-year-old boy who just sat there on camera and told you repeatedly that his mama just got locked up. He's at his sister's house who was older than him or whatever, whatever, and that he's hungry. And I can understand that position because I've been in that position myself. So let me tell you what happened to me. If you go on my channel here, most people, they know me from that or whatever, whatever, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? One of the things you'll find is this. You'll find a section on my page where you'll see people, you'll see me surrounded by people in a homeless shelter at one point. And I don't make no qualms about it, whatever, whatever. I went through it. It is what it is. Pandemic stuff was happening, whatever, whatever. It was a whole tirade that went through my life that I'll never forget. So I know the feeling that that young man has got right now. He feels lost. I can especially imagine at 16. His daddy ain't around. His mama just got locked up, he said. He was trying to do his little rap thing, I could tell. Like I said, that's what bored me to him. I went to a video and boom. I said, let me go check out a little nigga, see if he got any other videos. And I just, you'll see the emblem, he live. I said, let me see the little niggas on me. Went over there and listened to what he was talking about. The kid was talking about he was homeless. He was hungry. He said, I don't know how to cook. Niggas is in the chat room. This is what black people are saying to him that are 30 and 40 years old. Like I said, his live is right now still in my community section. Go watch for yourself. Go watch for yourself. And you'll see exactly what I mean. Sometimes people have to see themselves in the third person to understand, damn, we are fucked up. There were 30 and 40-year-old motherfuckers bald-headed, and everything else in that chat room with that 16-year-old boy. You understand what I'm saying? And the funny thing about it was they were in there, they were in there to taunt him. That's the word I'm looking for. They were there for three reasons. One, to taunt him. It seems like the black men and the black women that were in there, because this was a black little boy. It was the black women and the black men that were in there. First of all, the black women should have had some fucking compassion, because this is someone's son, bitch. This is someone's son. And a lot of black girls forget that. I'm someone's son. You do realize that, right? I'm someone's nephew or whatever. Just like your son is your son. And you would go to great lengths to protect your son. You would go to great lengths to see if your son was being made fun of by some group of 30 and 40-year-old fucking niggas. Yes, you are, you bunch of punk sucker motherfuckers. A bunch of punks. What kind of punks sit in somebody's chat room when a 16-year-old boy is sitting there? One motherfucker had the audacity, and this is what I wrote back to him in the chat room. One motherfucker had the audacity. He said he's 16. He old enough to be on his own. He old enough to figure it out. If a motherfucker will say that about a 16-year-old boy, please pay attention to me. They will say that same shit about a 16-year-old girl. Let me say that for you one more time. If a motherfucker say, yo, he's okay, he's gonna be all right, he's 16, he'll make a way. This is a way that the culture has found to deal with trauma. He'll be all right, he'll be okay, he can tough it out, but they have one perimeter. It's a different skew if you're a boy versus a girl within the culture. And that's what I saw out of that lie. There were people in there with 30, 40 years old talking about, go get the job. Ha, ha, ha. He begging for food. Ha, ha, ha. This is what one dude said. One dude said, this bald-headed dude, I don't know what the hell he was on, because he kept writing stuff. And I'm just sitting, I sat there for like an hour. At first, for the first 40 minutes, I was just sitting there monitoring it. And then I wrote like one comment in there. I said, yo, the kid's 16. And when I wrote he's 16, it's like they started writing more. They actually started writing more when I said he was 16. I'm like, yo, these niggas is crazy. And these is grown men and women. I'm talking about these is niggas in there balding. There was one lady in there calling herself Auntie K, if that gives you any indication. And she was sitting up there lying to this boy, talking about she had sent him $20 at PayPal. She ain't sent him shit. He going to check the PayPal to see if the PayPal's there. And then boom, she said, I can see you the receipt. I did send it. That's the new hustle now. The new the new joke now. You know, you'll get black people to come into your chat room to say, oh, I donated to you. I had a motherfucker come in the other day. I donated that. And they think it's funny. That's comedy for them. You understand what I'm saying? These are the most non-serious people I've ever seen in my life. And then they go around complaining to them about, oh, these people trying to take us out, da, 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 da. And the only time you get serious is when it's a tragedy. Somebody gets shot, but with your own fucking people. I watched the live is still in my community section right now as I speak. I was just sickened by that. Because you can't read. That's why you're in the background, because you can't read. If you read the title, you know. My point is, see what I mean? Another one. Why is Diddy in the background? Another one. Right there once again. There's a war upon the reputation and the perception of black men internationally. If you think you were excluded from that because you're Jamaican, Haitian, African, or whatever, you have a very, very, very small skew of the world. If you think you were exempt from that because you are Caribbean, black, and Latino, you are a fool. See, I always keep an order of who the fuck I am. I know who the fuck I am. I can look at my skin every morning and tell, hey, and that's why I laugh about it when I say, yo, you definitely don't know me. This right here reminded me of what I went through. During the pandemic, and it's on this channel, I was homeless, and I went live every day, and I went live sometimes for an hour, 2 hours, or whatever. Many of the people that subscribe to me, this is why they will subscribe to me. You know what I mean? Plus, I had a story on top of that, which I ain't gonna mention right now, but I remember that period in my life, I had nobody. I mean, people who were friends of mine, understandably, couldn't have me in their house. We didn't know what this pandemic was. They didn't want to risk their family, and I don't blame them. But my point was, I remember just like this young man, this 16, I wrote in the chat room, I said, I know exactly how you feel right now. I kept writing that to him. I said, don't worry about these people. I know exactly how you feel right now, kid. This was a 16-year-old kid. They did it to me, and I was what, 39. You know what I mean? So it's 30. No, fuck, I was 42. I think at the time. Yeah, 42. So I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, here's black people doing the same thing they did to him, make fun of him when he's in dire straits. But if he was a girl, and I've seen this, I'll give you a perfect example. There was a particular woman, this was a white woman, okay? This was a white woman. This wasn't somebody from the culture, so let's exempt that. This was a woman. There was a white woman during during the Diddy trial. She was covering the Diddy trial. And she was paying for documents or whatever, like court, whatever, transcripts. She was paying for them out of her own pocket. And this is what I'm trying to tell you, how the culture has a double standard when it comes to the men. I'm going to give you another example after that. There is a problem here. We are idolizing women within the culture before idolizing men. And once you open that floodgate, you open yourself up to be attacked. And these women that think they're going to sit side by side while doing the attack, and these men that think they're going to sit by side, but you're going to be rudely surprised when you find out after they eradicated every point of your strengths, because that's really what it's a key to. Eradicate every part of their strengths. So if you have any rebellious fractions, see, y'all motherfuckers don't understand the economy of strength. The economy of strength is bigger than you think. But this let me explain. I remember during the pandemic, they made fun of me. They called me all kinds of names. They said, why don't you get this? Mind you, New York City, I was in New York at the time. New York City had been for the past 3.5 years. And I was working, and I was busting my butt doing it. And I remember all that came to a cease when the pandemic started, and I used to have people on my channel, when they saw me go live for an hour, 2 hours, you ought to be on to get a job instead of being live. I said, bitch, this whole city is shut down. And this is someone talking to me. What's going on, Bobby? This is someone talking to me that lives in, Arkansas or Ohio, these places that haven't been really bothered by this pandemic at the time, especially in its high-end parts when it came into, 5-6 months into it or whatever. New York really got hard. I still got some things stuck with me that will always stick with me. Like I have pictures of people. If you live over in the area, you remember exactly what I'm talking about, over there by St. Barnabas. I have pictures because I went over to a friend over there to stay real quick. And it was people, they were throwing like bodies in the back of semi-trucks. There was so many bodies. And I remember seeing that. You know what I'm saying? And I took pictures of it too, reluctantly enough. I never posted them, but I posted some other stuff that's on this page too. It becomes apparent to me that a lot of times you have men and women, they get on here specifically, and that's why I said this new algorithm is dangerous. Because for some reason or another, it seems like to me they're pointing us to goofy motherfuckers, like the one in the chat room right now. Why does that man have that name? Bungholio. Why is he allowed to have that name? Why is it not monitored what he writes in people's chat rooms, especially after this man's been here for 13 years and only has 4 subscribers? You understand? These trolls have become abundant. And that's what was in that young man's chat. Trolls. The problem I have a problem with is that boy said it many of times. I'm 16. I'm 16. And as he said he was 16, the same black people started going in there more and more and more in on him. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to do this. Now, mind you, some of these people that are talking, they're parents. Would we be saying the same thing about your son if he was in dire straits? Would we be saying the same? Should we say the same thing about your daughter? See, it's okay until it's you. This shit fucking pissed me off. Because it lets me know they'll treat a 16-year-old like that. Then they'll treat me like that too. You understand what I'm saying? As they did, this so-called black culture. And what it's evolved into is a bunch of narcissists, culturalists, formerly poor, want to be pretending like they rich ass motherfuckers. Well, let me tell you something, you mostly from poverty motherfuckers. Wake up. You're not living the life. See, myself, I got 2 things above you. I always say this all the time. You can take it as a flex, however the fuck you want. I'm pissed right now. I saw a 16-year-old boy. I'm in my 40s. He could have been my son. Say I was locked up. And I say, son, go out there and ask the community Go ask the culture to help you because I'm in dire straits right now. You need their help. And then my son goes out here expecting the culture to help him, and instead of resolve, they don't point him to any direction in the chat room. 30 or 40-year-old motherfuckers talking to a 16-year-old. They don't offer him a job. They don't offer him a position. They refuse to send him money. And then they start calling him a panhandler, little beggar, and all this shit to a 16-year-old fucking kid. And I haven't shared anything else. So go in my chat room right now, my community section right now. Click that video and watch the replay. He just ended his live just a few minutes ago. It got so bad. I went back to his video, whatever, the original one that I found when I was scrolling. And they had wrote comments in there too. Oh, he's on here begging. He's doing this, da. But mind you, they don't have that same position when it's someone white. And that's why I want to segue back to this chick that had to pay for these court documents during the Diddy trial. They felt so much empathy for her. She spent $900. They gave her damn near $3,000 back. I'll repeat that for you one more time. This white American woman who has an Arab fiance or whatever the case may be, who subsequently also called some black women that have been down at the Diddy trial for days, subsequently said she was attacked by them because she decided to show up the last 2 days of the trial. Mind you, everybody else has been around for the longest. She's more important than everybody else. And so this woman paid out $900 something, was charged live on camera, and then her crowd refunded her money back 2 times. Nobody said she was a beggar. No one said she was a panhandler. No one said she was greedy. No one said she was anything, including black people that were in the chat that donated to her. They didn't say, oh, you on your own. Go get a job, bitch. They didn't say any of that. They see what the real key is here, and what I've learned, and this is why I'm subjugating, getting my ass away from this fucking piece of shit app, is because of this. Y'all hold too much priority with this app. This app is going to be the death of the culture, slowly but surely. Y'all are now using this to attack each other where you won't attack each other in the street. See, I don't give a fuck who's listening. One thing you know about me, especially if you met me in person, you know I'm the same motherfucker in person as I am on this fucking line. Please rest assured that. And one thing you know about me, if you met me in person, I got the same fucking energy that I do in person. You understand what I'm saying? Make no mistake about that. If I don't know you, I got the same fucking energy. And many of y'all that met me down there at the Diddy trial felt that, observed that, and saw that. I'm consistent than a motherfucker. So the thing I don't like is when you get a punk motherfucker that ain't never, because see, some of these suckers, you take a sucker to be 30, 40 years old and you black or Latino, because there was Latinos in there too making fun of them. But you specifically got that energy for a 16-year-old boy that's sitting there talking about his mama just got locked up. If his mama just got locked up, that means he's got some trauma. That means you sending this trauma-filled little boy, no, don't log off, pay attention. That means you're sending, because a lot of this shit is your fault. A lot of this shit is your fault. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of this shit is your fault, and I'm going to tell you why it's your fault. We don't pay attention to what's going on. I've been around, I don't know, hundreds of girls, hanging out, dating them, whatever. The ones that got kids, one thing I always found out, especially like in a hood environment, one thing I always found out was this. I always found out that the girls, they were real lopsided. Not all of them, some of them would check it, but the majority of them would be real lopsided. And this is black women, Latin women, white women as well. You go around them and you're smoking, you're drinking, whatever. You do it around the kids, and everybody act like it's normal. You understand what I'm saying? Like it ain't nothing. You understand what I'm saying? And so what happened was, you start getting to a point where you start paying attention to things and starting to say to yourself, hey, there's something wrong here. There's something wrong here. There's something wrong with the amount of mentally ill motherfuckers that in the middle of their day, they ain't got nothing else to do but go troll a 16-year-old homeless kid who's staying at his sister's house and his mama's locked up. Where he's got people in his chat room talking about, no, he really is homeless. I live in his city. I live near him. He tried to stay with me. I couldn't allow. You know what I'm saying? There's like people, like if that wasn't the case, I wouldn't even be saying nothing. But there was people leaving comments, even responding to motherfuckers, and they're like, no, he's fucked up. And nobody cared. And this is a repeating problem that comes on. I don't care about your likes or whatever. You don't have to like the post. Most of these people here are trolls. They're not going to donate. They're not going to support it. And I'm proving my point to it. It's because of my face, my skin tone, and my gender. And that's what I want to prove here. There is a war against men of color on this app, and it's being facilitated by black women leading the charge, accompanied by white men secondary in the charge, followed by a third tier of black men that just don't like their fucking self but don't want to fucking admit it, and then motherfucking the fourth tier, which is a motherfucking group of individuals, is all collectives of all different other cultures that's also doing the pouncing. And anytime you pop up and you do a live broadcast, and some of you black men, y'all know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. And that's the sad part about it. You won't admit it because you're more dedicated to your crowd and your followers and your subscribers. That's your problem. See, one thing I learned, if y'all don't know, I worked in the music industry for over 17 years. When we were promoting albums, one thing that you never fall in shape with, and I never did, somebody told me this a long time ago, and they were white. Never fall serious with fans. Never fall serious with fans. I'm going to say it to you one more time. Never fall serious with fans. Yes, there will be some that truly like you. Embrace them. They will like you whether you go through the darkness, the light, or whatever. Those are your true fans. Yes, those exist. But never embrace the idea of fans. Even in the Bible itself, it says, do not idol worship. I was sick, and give me a second, I'm just plugging this light in. I was sickened by that shit, man. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching, and I was like, yo, there's nothing I can do, because the more I talk, the more they're going to turn up on me. And I knew that, and I said, nah, I ain't going to say nothing. So I just had to observe it. I ain't even going to hold you. I was in there flagging motherfuckers and all kinds of shit. I was like, y'all talking to a 16-year-old. Y'all niggas is 30, 40. One bitch was in there corner to sell Auntie K, Auntie Kiki, some shit like that. And these is hood boogers. So if he ain't doing shit, what the fuck are you doing on this live at 1 o'clock in the afternoon with all your free fucking time? For a 16-year-old. There's something wrong with that culture, and I know what it is. They're being led by bitches. Because in the chat room, there was girl after girl after girl after girl after girl after girl with something to fucking say to this young man. I'm like, well, bitch, what the fuck are you doing that's so fucking important that you motherfucking got time enough to come over here and motherfucking sit in his live for the past 45 minutes? Because I've been 40 minutes and I'm sitting there listening to you. So what the fuck are you doing so special that you got so much time? Bobby Butler. What'd he say? But I seen some things. You sound like a big brother than me. I would tell me to come on, little brother, stay on the streets and die for no purpose. That's what basically we're saying. They're trying to normalize. Basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to normalize what's abnormal. And that's what's the problem now with the music, with the culture, whatever. That's the key to it all. They want to normalize. It's not even they want to. It's two steps to it. They want to normalize what's abnormal, but they also have become accustomed to what's abnormal and treating it as normalcy. So normalcy is acting like most, if not the majority of you motherfuckers didn't grow up with a fucking EBT card, fucking in a household that never seen more than $25,000 in a fucking year, and you didn't have a free motherfucking lunch program. See, so let me tell you something about money. Puff made this mistake. Yes, you made this mistake, nigga. We love you, but you made a mistake. And this is a mistake you made, and many of the other rappers like you made. The problem is, you take a motherfucker that got absolutely nothing, right? See, basically, they make fun of the rappers, but these niggas acting just like the rappers. Same psychosis. Listen to me. I was in around the music industry when I was 21 going on 22. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't leave until I was damn near 38 years old, and I was still around. I've danced on MTV for 2.5 seasons. I've promoted every artist you could think of from multiple different record labels and multiple different genres. It wasn't just rap, and it wasn't just one particular record label. It was the record labels that had distribution deals with us too. So I met a lot of people before they came out. Now, the funny thing about it is this, right? And you stay right there, Trump Caddy. I got you, buddy. Don't worry. I got you. We got you. Funny thing is this. Marketing. Nah, that's not the way to put it. Marketing doesn't have anything to do with the conversation. What it has to do with is the money that's made from the marketing. And eventually what happens is, motherfuckers, if you take somebody that comes from poverty, has not had very much, What happens is they don't know how to consistently be involved with that money. They think that, how can I say it without being funny? Nigga posturing. Do y'all know what nigga posturing is? White people do it too. But let me explain to you what nigga posturing is. Nigga posturing, and I know it from a mile away because I live in Connecticut and people don't nigga posture out here. And if you do nigga posture, we pick it up quick. So, and that determines and lets us know you come from nothing. And Latins do nigga posturing, whites do nigga posturing too. So don't get me confused. All right, so nigga posturing is, say you're in the store, right? And you got to pay for something that costs $12. And so you pull out 500 and start going like this in 20s. And looking around to see who's looking for you. Nigga posturing. Niggas with real money gonna pull out a debit card. I would never want you to know how much fucking money I actually make. Second type of nigga posturing is when you're sitting somewhere and somebody walks up to you and they got some new shoes on, or they got a new outfit on. They've been doing this since the 20s with zoot suits and shit. And they'll walk up beside you to get your attention. Nigga posturing. Or a nigga that walks back and forth into a door several times so you'll pay attention to him. Nigga posturing. Another form of nigga posturing is you're across the street or some shit like that, and another man sees you with a better outfit on than him or something better on than him, and he'll just hate from you afar. That nigga ain't all that. I got these gators on. Nigga posturing. Nigga posturing has been a problem, always this with females too. Oh, females do it too. Females, not just males, females do nigga posturing too. Let me tell you, nigga posturing for females. Nigga posturing for females includes going into a store, corner store, something like that, or whatever, or going into your lowest brand of fast food restaurant, like a McDonald's or Burger King or something like that, and being like, yes, and I'll have a small coffee, and I'll have your croissant. What is that? That's croissant with bacon? Okay, I have a croissant with bacon. I have a small coffee. That right there is a form of nigga posturing. Another form of nigga posturing is when you got a chick that goes into a club and she wants to pay $300 for VIP, $400 for a bottle that costs $75 in the streets. Nigga posturing. Nigga posturing. You go down to Chinatown and grab you a fake ass bag and then run around everybody and tell everybody, yo, this is the new line. This is Poochie. I know Gucci's out, but this is the Poochie. Nigga posturing. Oh, there's a whole bunch of nigga posturing. What's another form of female nigga posturing? Oh, you are interested in a man, but you don't have the heart to get that man's attention nor the know-how, because nobody's ever taught you how to be a woman that can connect with a man on a subliminal level. So, you know what I mean? That's when I ain't got to say a fucking word at all. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't got to say a word. You ain't got to say a word. Come talk to me. You dig me? So, another form of nigga posturing in 2025 is when chicks walk past you, right? And then they start talking all loud on the phone and shit. That's so you'll stop them. First of all, chick, I don't want to fucking talk to no chick that's always sitting on the fucking phone all the time. Let's start there. Any chick that's sitting on the phone all the time, that's what you're going to be doing 5 years from now, 10 years from now. I pay attention to behaviors. The chick is on the phone all the time, that's what she's going to do. Nigga posturing. So nigga posturing exists with females and males. I'm fucking crying. It's nigga posturing. And nigga posturing has been normalized of each generation. They ain't distinct. First generation that did some form of nigga posturing. Last generation did nigga posturing. Generation before that did nigga posturing. Say, Jack, your motherfucking caddy ain't like this one, cool cat. You know what I'm saying? Nigga posturing. Before that, hey, check this out, cat daddy. You know what I mean? We got the flies of threads out here. Nigga posturing. Nigga posturing has to be eliminated out of the motherfuckers. It's a form of bravado. It's a form of showing people, yes, even though I come from poverty and they used to call me Peaches, my name is Cassandra now. You understand? Everybody call me Cassandra now. You understand what I'm saying? Adana Rashad. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, Cassandra. Nigga posture. It's a problem. Guys, make sure y'all double tap the screen, hit the like button. If you just here to hate, that's fine too. You understand what I'm saying? But at least give me a like, you know what I'm saying? I know most of y'all, because of my hue, color of my skin, you're not going to donate to me. I found this out with it. Even 16-year-olds can have a problem. They bothering the baby. They trying to change the baby. See, a lot of this shit has to do with self-esteem. Self-esteem. That's why they were in there bothering that young man. And I saw the same thing. Everybody prioritized. And I said the same thing before. I said, it's funny how everybody prioritize going on Puff, and I'm not saying Puff ain't do nothing wrong. Obviously, he did something wrong, but I'm just saying it's funny how everybody went double overtime on Puff, and we ain't talking about nobody else. It's funny how everybody segued and started talking about Shannon Sharp, and that overshadowed talking about Epstein. And to quote under the words of a man that used to be an ex-prosecutor here in New York on his podcast, as he said, they're rewriting a whole story right underneath your nose, and they're using this shit as a distraction. A black face. It's funny to me. So when I look at this shit, I saw that video. Like I said, the video is still in my community section. You can go there right now. It's the only video in here. I haven't even shared this video. I haven't even shared this video. You know what I'm saying? Over 175 people in here. Y'all can't double tap the screen, hit the like button. I would appreciate it. That looks ridiculous. And that just shows, hey, these people, it's proving my point. There's no way you get 200 people in the motherfucking chat room. There's only 15 likes, 16 likes. These are people that don't like. My personal opinion, I believe the leaders up at YouTube are doing this on purpose. There's a new fraction up at YouTube now. There's no reason that if YouTube is as solid as a company as they say they are, that it should be. And if y'all are just catching in on what I'm talking about here, I'm talking about today. I was just going through, I was listening to music, always listening to music. So I had the headphones on, whatever, the headphones are still right here beside me, right here, boom, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm listening to music, and I'm like, this kid comes through the speaker, so I'm listening to him, whatever, I don't know, maybe he had enough views or whatever, who cares? So I'm just listening to him, because I'm always looking for it, you know what I mean? What's the new vibe, you know what I mean? So I'm sitting there, I'm listening to the kid's music, and I said, all right, this is all right. Let me go see what else he got. So I click his thing, and then that normally would take me to videos, you know what I mean, shorts, whatever he got available. I saw he was live. So I clicked his live, went to his live, and the kid was explaining. He was like, yo, my mom's in jail, da-da-da. And people kept taking it back. And really what the premise was of the conversation was, prior to him being in the situation he was in, he was on, this is why I say it's all about their self-esteem. See, a lot of these chicks out here doing the same thing too. It's a psychological trope. I don't know why y'all don't pick it up. They're using it as a psychological ploy by going at your self-esteem. Once they build down your self-esteem, then you become subservient. White racist males use the same strategy and always have used the same strategy. If you don't believe me, I'm not some Negro that's talking out of the back end of the projects right here. I live in the fucking beautiful state of Connecticut. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I walk out my backyard, there's trees and shit. You dig what I mean? So my point, what I'm getting at is here, and I've always lived here. My point I'm getting at is here. The difference between people that do that type of behavior and the people that don't do that type of behavior and they part of the culture is two different aspects. One, even though somebody can be pleasant, it doesn't mean that they're educated. Even though someone can be articulated, it doesn't mean that they can be educated and cultured. And that's a real conversation that needs to be had here. Culture. I have never seen a culture of people in my life jump online and make fun of their culture's 16-year-olds. And if they'll do it with a 16-year-old, they'll do the same thing with a 14-year-old. They'll do the same thing with a 12-year-old boy too. They don't care about the boys. And this is why I tell you, that boy is old enough to be my son. That's what you're not connecting in. He's old enough to be my son. This is now in 2025. I don't have no kids. So say when my son gets 16, how do you think the stakes are going to be up now? This is the trajectory of where we're at right now in 2025. And you can't get anybody in the black community to listen to that because they're more privy on follies. If anybody in any other culture, if you wanted to attack them right now, it would be very easy. They're unprepared. They spend 75% of their time gossiping and keying, not preparing. And this is why when it comes time and certain motherfucking elements want to crush them down and eliminate them, it's going to be very easy because you're busy, not planning. But key. When you bring up these conversations, they'll log off from you. The women lead them. The men think like women in black culture. I keep trying to tell you that. Even the ones that try to act masculine. If you get a motherfucking argument or disagreement, they won't try to figure out what's going on or that. No, their adjustment will be, you know what? You did something wrong. Oh, what you do, nigga? This is the way, because so many of these men have been raised. Even that young man, if you listen to his story, he said the same thing. My mama in jail. But none of them 30, 40-year-old bitches in the chat room even asked him, and I was there. None of them old bitches and old niggas in there ask this 16-year-old boy, why is your mama in jail? Huh? Why is your mom in jail, young man? Why is your mom in jail? You know why they didn't ask that? Because it's back to the psychological trope. If they would have asked that, that would have provided some accountability. That would have embarrassed them. These bitches' reputation and the way they're perceived is bigger than even you, black man. And you better figure that shit out. They don't give a fuck about you, dude. They don't give a fuck about you. Y'all still sitting on, that's my sister. They kissed Umar's ass for years. Same bitches now trying to take him down. You understand what I'm saying? Them bitches was on Umar's dick for years. That's why I ain't buying that shit. Y'all niggas spent $1.8 million with this nigga and then allowed the city to come in and take the fucking property instead of bidding for the property and taking the property for himself. And if y'all really wanted to do an insult, well, maybe everybody in like New York tri-state like us here in the New York City tri-state, we would have bought the fucking building and then we would have hired that nigga as the gift and the joke. We would have hired that nigga to run the whole shit here, nigga. Boom, now run this shit. You understand what I'm saying? Nah, I don't ask for no raises. We paying you $22,000 a year. You figure it out. If you wanted to flex. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't do, Candy, I don't do it's a mess. I'm a boy. See what I mean? I don't do it's a mess or nothing like that. And Candy, respectfully, you've been here for a long time, so I ain't even going front with you because you even keep it above. But let me give you an example of what I mean. Candy, see how you said that to me? Dr. Umar shit is a mess. Don't no motherfucking man talk about it's a mess. You understand what I'm saying? Or leave on the goddamn emojis like that behind it. I ain't mad at you. Just listen to what I'm saying. The reason you did that, Candy, because there are men out here that identify with that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, that's in your book. I get you. Listen to what I'm saying. We could talk about the book in a second. Listen to what I'm saying. Even the way you constantly interact with each other is from a female perspective. Men don't say it's a mess. Let me finish the sentence for you if you were talking to a woman. It's a mess, girl. This whole thing a mess, girl. That's where you got that from, right? That becomes the conversation piece and tropes between two women talking, not two men talking. So if a man entering a conversation, there's a whole bunch of other men, like the fellas you swimming with the other night, and you say a trope as a man, girl, this a mess. Niggas gonna look at you like, nigga, what the fuck you just say? Let me tell you why this is, Candy. I ain't mad at you. Keep that in mind. I ain't mad at you. Let me tell you why that is, Candy. Because you got a whole fucking culture of boys that have been raised by women so much at a 72.3% perspective and percentage that they now think they are a woman. Effectively, they DNA wise, I'm gonna say psychologically wise, we'll say 65 to 70% of their brain operates the same goddamn way like a female. That's why a lot of you girls, y'all out here talking about, I can't find me a relationship. Black and Spanish women. Spanish women too. You ain't exempt from this. You ain't exempt from it. Your boys do the same thing. Oh man, these sweet ass new niggas they got, boy. They ain't the old Latinos. Where my real Latinos in here? You know what I'm talking about. This is a conversation that the niggas have too. What are real Latinos? I'm talking about Caribbean Latinos. I'm not talking about Latin American Latinos. No disrespect. I'm talking about Caribbean Latinos. Who know what I'm talking about? Some of these niggas be out here, boy, they be prettier than the bitches. You understand what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. When it comes to the jail piece, and y'all want to talk about that LBGT shit, let me tell you something. Ain't nobody busting down or doing dope up in that motherfucker first, like motherfucking Latinos. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't even gonna hold you, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm trying to tell you. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you. The same thing happened in Latin culture where you got men that have been raised by women. And they're starting to think. Same thing happened in white culture too, but I ain't highlighting white culture right now. We'll highlight them on another day. What I'm saying is this is a fucking problem. Because each one of these demographics has the same thing in it. Bitch raised boys. Bitch raised boys can't make a distinction at even 30 or 40 years old that it ain't a good fucking idea to go into a 16-year-old's fucking chat room who say he's homeless and says his mom is locked up and make fun of him or tell him, just tough it out, little nigga, you be all right. Instead of help him. instead of helping. And I say to my son, what if something happened to me and I told you, son, don't worry about it, go to the culture. They're going to help you. No, not that culture, they ain't. They're going to make fun of you. They're going to ridicule you. They're going to joke you, just like they did that 16-year-old boy today. Just like they did me some odd years ago when I was on here and I went through my little thing. I still haven't recouped from that. That's why I always sit up here and I push for myself, because a lot of the savings that I was getting back, I spent it on covering the Diddy trial. The culture didn't help me, but the culture helped out strangers that came, that were not from the New York City tri-state, and helped out strangers to the abundance of motherfuckers that came down here when the trial began versus niggas like myself that was there 11 months. 11 months I covered that shit. Never even got a smell. I never broke. And I skewed it. I think it was like I never broke more than $230 in donations that whole 11 months for that Diddy trial. You understand what I'm saying? And I spent thousands just to try. Just for me to get on the train is a couple of dollars, and to get back is a couple of dollars. That's 20 right there. You understand what I'm saying? Subway, that's 30 to 20 right there. Food, that's 40 to 30 right there. You see what I'm saying? And it just add up. I'm going day to day to day to day to each one. Nobody's blessing me with nothing. And I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe I'm doing a bad job here. I had one live. I had 327,000 views by the time I finished the thing. You know how many people donated to me? 2 of my regular visitors. That was it. Because they couldn't believe it either. There is a hatred for men of color on here. And you're getting piggybacked by, excuse my French, foreigners. White men are piggyback on it. Even black men are piggyback on blasting black men, and I don't know how that works out. And they're blasting on black men, basically trying to say, well, I'm different than him, I'm better than him. You know what I'm saying? Kanye had a lyric about that. So what, you still a nigga in the Benz? You understand what I'm saying? These niggas ain't never had no money. That's why they talk so highly about money. Niggas that really been around money, we don't talk about money. You understand what I'm saying? The y'all niggas talk about money because you fresh to getting it. But my point is, it's like, and I'm talking about real money. I work for Puff, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Any questions? All right. So, class, any questions? You see what I'm saying? Like, so my point is, say what you want to about the man. The motherfucker was a billionaire. So we've been around real. When I first started working for Puff, the first picture I ever took was in front of his baby blue powder drop top motherfucking Bentley. Cool. At High 97, I showed this picture a million times. So it's like, yo, that. And before then, I didn't live bad. The last place I lived with my mother, because my father was gone at that point, but last place I lived with my mother, we had a golf course, sauna, Olympic-sized pool. There was a golf course built around the fucking. These were corporate apartments. You understand? When there's a fireplace inside the apartment. I'm telling no lies. My bedroom had a bathroom in it. My mom's bedroom had a bathroom. My sister's bedroom had a bathroom in it. And then there was a main bathroom. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it is spacious, motherfucking straight. I'm talking about that place was big as fuck. I grew up, and I'm grateful how I grew up. I grew up well. I didn't grow up bad. I ain't gonna say we was rich. We wasn't rich. We was definitely, you know what I'm saying, didn't grow up bad. I never lived in any bad locations like that. You know what I'm saying? So it pains me to see people that are out of poverty, that come from households that never seen more than $225,000 a year. They come from households where your son or your daughter needed a free lunch ticket. You understand what I'm saying? Or so, I know I might be taking it back. I don't know if they still got free lunch tickets or not. It's been some time. Like I said, I'm an older nigga now. But there's motherfuckers like this online today in the live that I shared right now that you can go to my community section and check out, making fun of a 16-year-old black boy. I want to underline that. Black boy, which many of you hoes got black sons, and y'all join in on the mission. It's the same thing I was talking about with that Cynthia G bitch. I couldn't understand how black women were over there supporting a woman that said, hey, abort black male babies specifically. And what I'm thinking is there's a lot of women out here that regret having a son because of your disdain for black men in general. That's what it is. Ain't no reason whatsoever. Find me a reason, someone in the chat, that 30-year-old and 40-year-old niggas that you can visibly see they 30, 40-year-olds. How can you defend that? How can you defend that? Like, I took screenshots and everything. I'm going to put them up for you in a few seconds so you can see the screenshots of some of the shit the chat was saying. He going to do perks with it. He going to get high. Every comment was T, flow you, but I'm like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with these people? And it's like, this shit is driving them crazy. This YouTube shit. Before that pandemic happened, y'all niggas was out in the street marching with each other. We was still holding hands. Bitches was ready to take a bat to the jaw for us in the name of Freddie Gray and Michael Brown. What happened to that since the pandemic? Pandemic happened, y'all bitches sat by yourself for a little bit, and I guess a couple of niggas y'all was slinging vajay to ain't call you up. Find you a new nigga, bitch. Put them good vajay lips to use and get back out here on the streets. Snap that back, bitch. Good, I'm glad you lost. I'm glad you lost. So lose your ass the fuck up on out of here. Nobody asked you to be here. I don't know you. People be bugged when I do that. Nigga, you know what I mean? There's 18 million people in New York City, right? I worked in advertising. We did national advertising. One thing I know, if 2-3 motherfuckers leave, who gives a fuck? There's millions, if not multi-millions, internationally to replace their motherfucking ass. So when people say to me, somebody came in here the other day, well, you down? No, I down people that sit up here and got nothing productive to say, but want to sit up here and type in the chat room, I'm lost. All right, take your slow ass the fuck up on out of here. You know what I mean? I don't like no slow ass niggas. I gotta slow myself down. I'm not a slow motherfucker. I think quick, I talk quick, and the environment I'm in is quick. Now, once again, I'm gonna say again, today, I was listening to a young man's video. It was music. It came in my stream just like all this other shit is coming in our stream. It came in my stream when I was listening to a song. It was like literally just came on. So I started listening to it. Within the first, I helped sell music. Within the first 20 seconds of me listening to your shit, I know if I like it or not. Sometimes it might take me 30, depending on if you got an intro, if you start off the verse. But in this one, he started off the verse. So it wasn't hard. So I was like, I'm sitting there and I'm listening to him. I was like, all right, this little nigga, all right. Let me go check out, see what else going on with him. Went and checked out, see what's going on with him. I seen he was live. So I'll click this live or whatever. Now, mind you, this video was done 8 months ago. Okay, so the song was done in a little video clip he put in his backyard or whatever. It was done like 8 months ago. So this is now 8 months later. 8 months is damn near a year, if you ask me. So, boom. I'm starting to listen to what he's saying. He's like, yeah, my mom's is locked up. Some shit happened with me. You know what I'm saying? I just ain't feeling right. And I can tell, even though he ain't saying he can't diagnose it, he's 16. I'm like, this nigga going through trauma. And I'm thinking to myself, what if that was my son? Because I suffer from trauma. You know what I'm saying? Like, I admit my shit. But I told you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done had somebody killed in front of me. I done had people shot in front of me. I had people stabbed in front of me. List goes on. I can't tell you everything, but the list goes on. You know? Yeah. And I'm not from that. And I know the dangers. One of the biggest dangers out here is when you get young men of color that come from good backgrounds, had good people raise them and shit like that, and you toss them to the street. And even if you're not physically tossing them to the street, the people is tossing them to the street because it's almost like they want you to go through the same suffrage they went through in order to be accepted. That ain't the way shit go, and no other culture practices that. So I'm going to help you guys. You understand what I'm saying? Porque yo representando la dominicana, para mí soy la cubano, and tú sabes, no? Okay. Listen, no culture gets ahead like that. The way you get ahead is supporting each other. The way you get ahead is not visibly being online making fun of each other. I'll give you an example. There were black people in that chat, but there were also people of other cultures in that chat. And sometimes some of the stuff that some of the people from the other cultures wrote, the person would do at so-and-so, hilarious, at so-and-so. And it was all really an attempt to subliminally say, hey, I'm like him, but I'm different than him. I'm not like that. Those people are not thinking that, you stupid fuck. What they're thinking is, no, you're just like him. And you're going to be just like him one day. I don't like you either. And that's a hard pill to swallow. So there's a brown-nosing epidemic going on right now. Y'all ain't know about it? Oh, there's a brown-nosing. Can you guys make sure y'all double tap the screen and hit the like button? I appreciate it. But this young man, as he's sitting in there in his chat room, I started noticing that these 30 and 40-year-old people, including one bitch calling herself Auntie K, who lied about a $20 donation. You bum bitch, you. That bitch was definitely every bit of 40 plus. I would even say 50 something plus. This bitch was on there and she was interacting with him the most. And I'm like, yo, bitch, why are you sitting there lying to a 16-year-old about a $20 donation? And then will be the same motherfucker that will sit in there and be like, oh, you broke. I tried to help you out. Da, 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 da. Like, it really is all about psychological warfare when it comes to these bitches and these niggas that think in this fashion, that they want to normalize. They're trying to normalize fucking pain. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to say it should be acceptable for you to go through pain. If you ain't went through pain, I don't even want to associate with you. Those type of motherfuckers. And those people are dangerous. It's almost like they want to indoctrinate you. It's fucking sick, man. That really bothered me. And that's why I stick by the mantra I stick by. And I say, after seeing these 30 and 40-year-old motherfuckers, like I said, I haven't shared this live. So one thing you got to do is just go into my community section. I did that on purpose. People, please double tap the screen and hit the like button. Don't worry, I won't be here long. I don't sit here long with niggas. I don't sit here long with niggas. You can preach to these people. I've been preaching to these people for 5 years. They don't listen. And then after the shit happened, then they come back and be like, yo, you know what? I said, nigga, I know. I said it 5 months ago. So after the day, that's it for me. So don't worry, I won't be here long. I won't take up too much of your time. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no pressure to donate, because if they won't donate to a 16-year-old boy to say his mama is in jail and they 30, 40 years old and they're doing that, you already know. So there's a financial attack on Black American men, Latin American Black men as well, where they don't want you to make any money. This has been mostly facilitated by the gossiping, the angling, and trying to basically destroy the reputation of men of color such as myself by Black American women specifically. Yes, you did, bitch. You started the tirade. And if it wasn't you, it was some of your sisters. Okay, so let's just get that in order. All right? I just talked about a bitch, and I don't give a fuck what you say. You got to answer this for me if you got a problem with what I said. I just talked about a bitch named Cynthia G the other day, and I brought this bitch up now the 5th time. Yes, she is a bitch. And don't you tell me to call her a lady or respect this fucking whore who has actively gotten online and, in fact, got kicked off of YouTube because of her rhetoric of continuously talking about how you should abort black male babies specifically in favor of the girls. Well, if you have a whole batch of girls, you dumb bitch, what does that lead to? What does that lead to? It leads to your succumsion, pretty much. It's pretty soon you're going to cease to exist. So, bitch, what are you telling people? You're telling people, and there were black women in there. You go, girl. Here's $30, girl. So this bitch collected so much money from that one motherfucking mission of telling American black women to a point. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, like, ain't no fucking way in hell. Even if you found a good black American woman. Based on what I seen with that little boy right there today that was 16 fucking years old, and I'm writing in this chat room to all them people in it that's 30, 40 fucking years old. This kid is 16, y'all. This kid is 16, y'all. I even took screenshots of me saying it. He'll even say I said it. And I'm like, wow, this blows my fucking mind. So the thing is now, for black Americans, white Americans, other type of Americans that just got here, whatever, to all pile on black men and simultaneously all hate black men, and the charge is led by black women. Well, you know what I say? Maybe we need to stop supporting black women. Because they're the nucleus of this whole fucking problem. See, you bitches getting online every day and directing these narratives. Niggas ain't shit. Niggas ain't this. Niggas ain't that. Niggas ain't this. A nigga ain't did nothing. Nigga ain't gonna pay my light bill. Nigga won't pay my groceries. Nigga won't take care of my bastard kids. Blah, 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 blah. All that posturing has led to this. So as a countermeasure for the niggas is real, I think we need to lead a countermeasure about these bitches and start exposing some of your flaws. Like, for example, how do you always go on 20, find a balloon to pop, love, whatever the fuck that shit is? How do you bitches always go on that show and always find something wrong with one of the guys on there? There's been guys on there that been multi-millionaires, and this bitch is an online stripper. And she's talking about, no, that ain't good enough for me. Because they don't want you, black man. They want a white man. They want any man other than you. Because their failed rearing of most of these bitches can't accept the fact that you are a product of her fucking rearing, or another woman that looks just like hers rearing. And that goes for you too, Latin woman. That goes for you too, white woman. We're talking about failed child rearing here. Because I ain't never grew up in it. Listen, all them niggas in that chat room know, in real life offline, If we caught you making fun of a 16-year-old kid, I don't care if I know that kid, I don't know that kid. Yo, son, on my mother, we would stomp the shit out of you, my nigga. I'm dead serious, for real, man. Like, and niggas ain't stopping, man. Make sure that nigga ribs touch, man. For real, man. I'm dead ass serious. Make sure that nigga ribs touch, my nigga. The fuck you mean? 30 and 40-year-old. Listen, I took screenshots of them niggas' names so I can go over there and, yo, nigga, talk that shit to me. Talk that shit to me, you old ass. And I knew some of them niggas was pussy. You could look at them and tell they was pussy. And I'm just like, yo, you serious right now? You make a go to my community section right now, and the video is still there, so you'll understand what I'm talking about. Even you will be surprised. But they're not just doing it with this 16-year-old. They're doing it with everybody. This is a layup here. If you ain't talking in the accord or talking in this fake posturing of black people are rich, if you so fucking rich, then help out everybody else that ain't got no money. His seeds, marry my seeds, marry his seeds. That's how we keep Wu-Tang one of y'all in the family. Come on, man. His seeds, marry his seeds, marry my seeds. That's how we keep Wu-Tang money all up in the family. Y'all niggas is slow. All these motherfuckers out here posturing this shit or whatever, but it ain't even that intricate. These is Johnny-come-lately niggas. These is niggas that got family histories from poverty. I ain't listening to no nigga that's got family history from poverty, motherfucker. I ain't listening to no motherfucker got a family history of being uneducated. You the only one that went to college. A lot of these bitches will be out here bragging about their degree. Bitch, you 1 out of 10 in your family that went to college. Nobody ever brings that up. Let me say it for you one more time. Many of these bitches that be bragging the most about going to school, many of these niggas that be bragging the most about going to school, the first thing they want to do is flex on you. They don't want to go flex on white America. And the majority of them, if you take a deep look, only 2 out of 10, if not 1 out of 10 of the first 100 in their family went to college. Trust me on this. Same thing with white American families too. Y'all got the same shit going on. All right, Bob, Eddie, and Frank went to college. The rest of them work at fucking Starbucks and McDonald's. Tell me I'm lying. Medium income households with white Americans or people living debt to debt than white America. Always try to pull out that fallacy that they're making it. We're successful. Nah, nigga, you living in debt. You owe about fucking, listen, on a $6,000 loan, nigga, you owe $7,000 in interest. Type motherfucker. Trust me, they're all out here. Usually their houses get taken out here in Connecticut. Yeah, I had a couple feelings with that one, huh? I saw a couple people drop out when I start talking about white folks. Oh my God, he's talking about us. Yeah, I'm talking about you too, nigga. Y'all be pretending too much. Like, the white people, let me tell you something. Ain't nobody gonna be a better actress and pretender. And like I said, I live here in Connecticut. And before then, in this part of Connecticut, which I live at now, which many of y'all might be familiar with, you understand what I'm saying? I lived in another part of Connecticut, which wasn't poor either, really. So, and I lived in the 4th district out there, which is one of the most opulent areas out there. One thing I learned very quickly from growing up, even in my early childhood, was, you see, I'm getting a lot of white people mad right now because they know I'm telling you the truth. You understand? That's why I said they were the other division that was in that young boy's chat room. So I'm talking to y'all cocksuckers too. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know the difference between poor white trash and crackers and successful elite white people. You understand what I'm saying? And I got a phrase I always use when a white person try to come at me funny. I be like, nigga, I know more opulent and rich and more in control white people than you. You a fucking joke. I know a poor white man when I see one. I don't give a fuck how much acting role you putting on. You get a lot of white men and white women that will do this posturing towards you if you're in a circumference or something like that. And they will hear domination over you or subliminally think they have domination over you. The first thing I would tell you is move the fuck away from them. If they follow you and do it, give them a second time. If they do it the third time, make sure the second time you were filming them do it and punch them in the shit. Do whatever you got to do in that moment. And make sure you document it. I moved here, he followed me. I moved here, he followed me. I was in fear for my life. I didn't know what this person was going to do. Do what you got to do from there. Trust me on this one. Because if you don't, they're going to pounce on you. That's why y'all see me flip all the time. You're not doing none of that shit with me. I don't give a fuck. And some niggas be trying to flex because they think they big. Nigga, I'm already looking at your legs. Your legs is weak as fuck. You understand what I'm saying? Other big niggas that come up to you, whatever. Nigga, I'm already looking at your side right now. I'm about to pounce you 3 times in your side. I don't give a fuck what you say, nigga. Breathe harder, nigga. Breathe slow. You understand what I'm saying? Because as soon as I puncture that shit, you drop it. 15 seconds tops. So I'm saying, try to test it. I punch you right there, nigga, 15 seconds tops. So, you know what I mean? Like, don't worry about that shit. My point I'm getting at is a lot of these motherfuckers out here, these punk ass men and these punk ass women that's in the culture, are sitting around trying to act like fucking tough guys online, and they got the nerve, the audacity to tell me on my channel, oh, you always acting like a tough guy. Nah, I be on here responding to people that say shit to me. That is not my character. Most people know that it's not my character. But be it the last fuck you. If that's what you gonna be doing, 16-year-old kids, I know you'll do worse with me. So I would tell that young man, and I'm gonna share this video with him too, because I want him to see that, because I might have to mentor the little nigga something like that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I'll probably send him over a couple thousand. I'm encouraging y'all go over there and send him some fuck my cash out. Go over there and hit him up. He the one that really need help. You understand what I'm saying? Worst come to worst, man, I stick a motherfucker up and come down to. But you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? 16-year-old, like that he ain't even, it's like you're not even giving him a chance with life. It's like, yo, get out the door, man. Whatever come at you, man. It's indoctrination. You got to go through it too for us to accept you. I got to go through pain for the culture to accept me. I don't want to be part of that culture, bro. I don't want to be part of that culture. Any culture that tell you got to accept pain to be indoctrinated with them, there is a mental illness going on with them motherfuckers, especially with all the shit African Americans have been through. So you telling me I need to walk through the threshold of pain? What kind of initiation shit is this shit, motherfucker? Niggas out here talking about initiations and shit. Y'all niggas doing the same thing. Niggas out here talking about, yo, the culture's being attacked, and the Caribbean blacks and the Africans, they attack. Y'all attack each other. I sat there in the chat room where motherfuckers should be consoling a 16-year-old boy who says, I'm in dire straits right now and I'm hungry. That's all he would say. He said, I want some new shoes. And then he collected $15. Niggas just like, all right, you got your $15. Now go get you something to eat. $15 in 2025? By the time he go spend that $15 on a little bullshit food he gonna eat, I don't think a lot of people, let me tell you something. I told niggas beforehand, and finally they caught on and started believing me. I told niggas, I said, have you noticed how expensive McDonald's is? That ain't shit, $15. Do you notice how expensive McDonald's is now? You can't go to McDonald's to get a meal for under $12 if you want something that's gonna fill you up. So, and by the time they add the tax on, it's gonna be like $13.78. So you might as well say $15. That ain't shit. That will fill you up for the next 35, 40 minutes. That's one thing I learned about McDonald's food. If you want to get filled up on something in McDonald's, there's two things you can get filled up on. One, a quarter pounder. Order the quarter pounder before you order the Big Mac, before you order any of that other shit. Order a quarter pounder. That motherfucker's actually got real processed meat in it, not that mixed in protein shit that they put in those other burgers. That's why you be so fucking hungry. Y'all niggas don't know your diet shit. I be heavy on my diet shit. I've been for years. When you eating those other burgers are packed with like almost like a protein. It's like a fake meat filler. You understand what I'm saying? So a percentage of them, yes, is real, but they got a certain meat filler. With the quarter pounder is different. It's Angus beef. You can't really replicate that, really. The texture of it or whatever as easily as you can with the regular hamburger meat. So that's why those patties will be real. You understand what I'm saying? And if you don't believe me, just go on the internet right now and look up quarter pound meat. Just put that in there. You'll see what I'm talking about. McDonald's quarter pounder meat. Put that in Google. You'll see what I'm talking about. And see what it's made of. And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. That'll fill you up. And the other thing that'll fill you up is the chicken sandwich, the big chicken sandwich, though, not the little small, thin wafer shit. That shit's the same thing. It's grounded up pork. What is it? Pork. I think it's chicken and something else in it. It's a whole mixture of different meats. Where the big sandwich, that kind of looks like the Popeye sandwich, that's actually whole meat. Yeah, exactly. That's actually whole chicken breast meat that's been deboned and then carved up and then reprocessed. Still be reprocessed, but at the same time, so it'll be boneless. Still being reprocessed, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Because they debone all that shit. Like when they bring down the conveyor line, they debone all that shit. That shit is shredded up, then it's molded back together. In some cases it's molded back together with the crust stuff that they put on top of it or whatever. You'd be surprised. That's why sometimes you'll see it looking and shit like that. You'd be like, yo, why this shit all crooked off the side of the bone? That's why. We got a place in New York, for example, that leaves the whole goddamn leg on the chicken as they sending it to you. You understand what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Here's another one to hear. Puff Daddy, get that nigger off the screen. That's what you really wanted to say, Maria? Huh? What if I put Epstein up here? Would you be familiar with that? Watch this. I want to do an experiment. Y'all stay right here. Don't log off. Okay, I'm back, y'all. I just wanted to see. I wanted to try something real quick. Okay, I'm back, y'all. I just wanted to see. I wanted to try something real quick. So give me 1 second. I'm just doing something. Oh, there's some people drop off. It don't matter. They ain't hit the like button anyway. I told you, don't not take this subscriber or viewership crap seriously. These people will make fun of you. They don't like you. They will throw all kinds of jokes that don't make sense. They're very selective on who they want to make fun of, who they don't want to make fun of. So I tell you what, we're gonna take Puff off the screen for a minute. All right, let's do that. Let's take Puff off the screen for a minute, and let's put these two motherfuckers up there. I want to see if anybody says something about that. Okay, let's see if anybody says something about that. Okay, that's a real test right here. Let's see who come in here naturally and say something about that. Let's see that. Let's see that. Let's see. That's about that picture, but they'll come in here and say something about Puff, a Puff picture up there. Watch what I tell you. Just watch. Just watch. Somebody, they're not gonna say nothing. Your homegirl on the live today. That's what's up. What's going on, Danielle? Hey, you. Do you have McDowell's in New York or is that Jersey? Nah, we ain't got no motherfucking McDowell's, man. Don't ask me no shit like that again. She asked me a movie or a McDowell's. That shit was on Coming to America Part 1. Yeah, that ain't no money. That's a fact. $15. So like I said, man, I was just disgusted. Like I said, the young man, I think, hold on, I'm going to tell y'all his channel too, so y'all go check him out. Tell him I sent you over there, all right? Tell him Big Cousin Davin sent you over there. I got you, little homie. His name is Yo Pat Chill. That's his name. Yo Pat Chill. And that's spelled YOPATCHILL. And if I hear of any of y'all niggas going over there to fuck with that nigga, honestly and truthfully, I'm coming for your page. Because all them niggas I seen there in the chat today that was 30, 40 years old, we gonna get y'all right. We're gonna get y'all right. Especially that one nigga that came in the chat and he said, yo, and I remember this nigga saying that. He said, you 16. You old enough to be out here. Go get it. I said, if he'll say that to a 16-year-old boy, he'll say that to a 16-year-old girl too. That's what y'all don't understand. Normalizing being fucking, what is the abnormal? You can't normalize the abnormal anymore. Going through pain as a ritual, as a culture, is not symbolic or something to be proud of or something to embrace or whatever. I'm gonna move along from this story in a minute. I think I done did enough with that. I just want to let me just share this with this young man real quick, and then I'm gonna just show y'all a couple little screenshots or whatever, so y'all can just understand how deep it was. Cause nobody cares. Girl, I invited a little homie over here. Hopefully he'll see that. He said he was using his brother's cell phone to stream. Niggas like, well, how you got a cell phone if you homeless? This do the same thing with me. They be like, well, how you got a cell phone then? If you homeless, how you got a cell phone? This silly ass acting shit, like shit that children do. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he took down his live. I don't blame him. Yeah, he took down his live. But that's all right. He'll still back up. Oh, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. He got another channel. Okay. He got another channel. He got 2 channels. There you go. All right, so I shared the right one. Okay, cool. He got 2 channels. 35 views, 15 views. I guess today was the first time he had did a whole bunch of views. And like I said, he had signed up, like he was talking about I Show Speed. He was talking about Kai Cenat. This is his pitch. This is his page right here, y'all. I don't know how well y'all can see that. Hold on, let me see. There you go. Hold on, let me turn this off, and then y'all can see his page even more. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. There we go. This is his page right here. Like I said, don't tell me y'all. You see what I'm saying? This kid's 16. He's 16. You know what I'm saying? And he's got 2 pages evidently. You see what he be talking about? He wasn't talking about none of Kai and all that stuff. I'm gonna show y'all his video if you got it on this channel. I think he got it on this channel. Yeah, this is his 2nd channel. And he does like a lot of re-uploads and stuff like that. He's talking about his chance to meet I Show Speed. This is a young dude. And he's not a bad dude from what I can tell by his character. know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, I'll play one of his videos so y'all can hear what he sound like, stuff like that.
Man, I know I haven't did a video in a long time, but I'm back now, I'm back now, man. Bro, you're 16, you're about to turn 18. Yeah. Once you turn 18, nobody can help you, your mom, your dad.
This is our show speed.
Now. I'm trying to help you out, and you don't get that. You're not seeing that. You're not saying that I'm trying to help you out. So as a brother, I'm really trying to help you out. I'm trying to make sure you're streaming. I'm trying to make sure you're going to streaming university. Fuck streaming university at this point. That's going to be a big waste of time.
Another nigga, 16. Like, these niggas are kids. You know what I'm saying? And this is his other page. Yeah, this is his other page right here. Yeah, this is the other page. Now y'all understand why I stopped. I was like, okay, this little nigga might, you know what I'm saying? Check out, see if he got any more shit. That was all he had on there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm trying to experiment real quick. They think I'm stupid, coach. They think I'm stupid. Good. Good. Anyway, long story short, what I saw today, it happened on that young man page or whatever. You keep rapping too, homie. Don't stop rapping, you heard? Come holler at me. You got somebody to holler at now. You heard? This is Davin Lewis, formerly of Bad Boy Entertainment, still part of Bad Boy Entertainment. Oh, they ain't gonna like it, Danielle. That's what we're talking about right now. Danielle, let me tell you. That young man I just showed on the screen today. Danielle, listen. You know this. ¿Cómo tú estás, italiano? First of all. This is the thing, right? You gotta, in Black American culture, right? And this somewhat exists in Cuban culture too, a little bit, but not like Black American culture. In Black American culture, they have now started hindering the men. And what happens is it's easy to, they look at the men as easy targets. Let's attack them. These women that are involved in this behavior, is not all black women, of course, that's ridiculous. But the black women that are involved in it, they are bullies. They go around passively aggressive. They go around starting arguments. I myself have had this happen. I've literally had women, black women, this is my experiences. I've literally had black women look at me from a distance and you can tell in their eyes, let me do something. Let me set them up. Let me see if I can start somewhere. And I'll be able to predict it and sure like fucking surefire, here they come. Just like I can smell out of motherfuckers getting ready to come walk up to me and ask me for a cigarette. What you want? You want a cigarette? And they be surprised when I say it. They just start a little small chat. Like, hey, how you doing? How's your dad going? You understand what I'm saying? But this is what I'm saying. So these black men, you can see them all over the internet. Like, especially certain subjects, this is where you look for. Like I said, it's ridiculous to say this is all black women, but it's a lot of them. So much to a point that they have made an impact on the reputation value of men that don't deserve it. You understand what I'm saying? Because the men that they're talking about and referring to, the two things that they always lead out of the equation, if not three, is one, first, bitch, you chose him. Two, you need to go talk to the bitch that raised him to find out why this little nigga is fucked up the way he is and you ended up with him. Three, you understand what I'm saying? The most important thing here, why did you have a baby by this motherfucker? And now you equating all of us, including motherfuckers that's way more successful than this motherfucker that you talking about that you chose to lay down with. Why are you now equating everybody else? But this is a universal high for them, and it equates to one thing that these bitches won't admit. The reason you're complaining about men like that, and the reason you're attracted to men like that, because bitch, you come from that. And like I said, most of these hoes that go around talking about, I've got my education, ask them bitches where they grew up at. That should be your number one question from now on. Ask a bitch where she grew up at. Ask a nigga, where did you grow up at? Ask white chicks, where did you grow up at? It's very important. That bitch could have grew up in a trailer home, or she could have grew up here on this side of Connecticut. Ask some motherfucking Latino, where the fuck did you grow up at? Did you grow up in a barrio? Did you grow up in the island? Or did you grow up in upscale? Your name is Manuel Sanchez, and you're a registered Republican. You have to be an edge. You have to live in reality. And the internet is segueing reality. It's making people think that the internet is reality and reality is the internet. Crazy way to think of it. But These women are now posturing themselves as being the leaders in the culture, and I have a problem with that. I don't want no bitch leading me. Excuse my French. And I don't mean women. I mean, I don't want a bitch leading me. I'm a guy. I don't want no woman leading me. If a woman is leading you, she's never going to respect you. Now, if you're in a position where you should be leading, like you're a general, or you're a president, or you are a mayor, whatever, or a police officer, or a judge, fuck yeah, I'm gonna respect that shit. You understand what I'm saying? I had a female judge let me off some shit a long time ago. So my point is, and I've definitely interacted with female officers. I never flirted with female officers. I'd be like, yeah. When I was down the I was walking past this one cop. I was like, damn. And I accidentally said, I said, damn. And she had cakes. You know what I mean? It wasn't like that big. I don't like that big sloppy ant butt. I like a nice round. You know what I'm saying? Slimmy. I like. I ain't got nothing against BBWs or big girls or nothing like that. I done fuck with a couple of them, or whatever. Yeah. I'm glad you are too. I forgot to fucking send this to you. I got so fested up yesterday, Danielle, that I just like it was the same shit that I saw this kid. Let me just make this make sense to these people. Anyway, long story short, I was in this young man's chat today, and I found him by listening to his music. I just want to start this over. And I found him I was just listening to music, and that video that you heard me playing, it came up. And I think now that I listen to it, it's because of the beat. That's why it came up. Because I was listening to a beat that was similar like that in that area. So I'm thinking he's probably in a certain area. Because trust me, I listen to music from everywhere. I shared a girl in the joint yesterday from California that I was really feeling. Y'all go check her. I forgot what her name is, Angel Queen or some shit like that, or whatever. But she from Cali, and it's like a real Cali sound. It ain't that bounce shit that everybody took from E40 in the Bay and try to remix it. Nah. This is like that straight low. We sitting outside in the sun. Nigga got a bottle of Hennessy, like, here, nigga, hold that. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of vibe. So, yeah, I always share a lot of artists. I shared another artist from Mississippi. I shared another artist from Memphis just recently. Just go through my community section, see what I'm talking about. Music is music. You know what I'm saying? And I've been to so many places in the United States, but I was listening to this kid music, and I was checking his music out, and I said, well, let me go see what else the little nigga got going on. Boom, I clicked the thing, and I'm thinking I'm going to go to, and I see he live. So I go to his live, check him out, and he's talking about, the first thing I hear him talking about is how his mother is in jail and how he himself is now homeless. And I'm seeing other people validate the fact that live around him that he's homeless. I'm seeing the fact that he was just on the thing where I Show Speed, and I Show Speed pointed out, yo, you're 16. There was people in there would say, he ain't 16. Black people, he ain't 16. And even if he is 16, this was the exact words. Even if he is 16, it's time to grow up. You got to get out there and get it like the rest. I said, whoa. That's the problem. That's the problem. A lot of parents can't wait to throw these little boys out into the street. Nobody asked the question why this boy's mother was in jail, shockingly enough. Not even the women. The women were there to reprimand this man, and that's the problem. We got this reprimand system that's going on or whatever nowadays out there with black culture. And I don't know what it's like. They try to reprimand Pup. They try to reprimand me. That's why I talk the way I talk, because in real life, I would say that to you. I'd be like, bitch, who the fuck are you talking to? Bitch, you don't run me. Are you on drugs? Are you stupid? Are you drunk? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, talk to me. Like, what's really happening? Like you wouldn't talk to me like that. You understand what I'm saying? So when I see things like that transpire, and I see this young man, and nobody cares, trust me, nobody has any empathy for a young 16-year-old boy that's black. That's why you see so many people keep dropping down in the chat. You understand what I'm saying? Pay attention to that. I'm proving my point. Nobody yet has said anything about me having Harvey Weinstein on the screen. Have you noticed that? Nobody said a word. Trust me, there's a double entendre when it comes to this shit, which prepositions my excuse, my argument even more. You understand what I'm saying? A few minutes ago, I had Puff on the screen. I had 4 different people come in here and say, why you got Puff on the screen? I got Harvey Weinstein, who this motherfucker's been convicted of 20 years, and ain't a bitch came in here like saying anything like a church mouse. We'll switch it up and see if anything else happens. You'll start to see very clearly, no, it's not me bugging. I just see this shit that other people don't see. That's really what it is. This is what I did. I did this shit without the internet. Ask niggas that know me. They tell you. Pro tell you stay away from them niggas, stay away from them niggas. And you might not even understand it right then and there, but you'll understand sooner or later. If professional tell you, yo, stay away from them motherfuckers, that means stay away from them. Professional's me. That's my nickname. If you was listening the other night, niggas was calling me professional. Did you not notice that doing a live? Now listen, I'm going to end this with this, and I hope that young man listen to this. Young man, listen. Chill Pat, I'm going to call you that. Chill Pat. First of all, listen here, man. You got something more than any of these other niggas got that was making fun of you in there. You got a direct link to the industry now, homie. So this is what I want you to do, little nigga, if you see this, all right? Listen, you do it like this. Yo, Chill Pat, I think that's what your name is or whatever. I want you to do this. When you got spare time, you stop feeling sorry for your mother. You stop feeling sorry for these niggas that was in the chat room making fun of you and all that. You understand what I'm saying? I am you. You understand? And if I was your father, because I'm old enough to be your pops, trust me, if I was your father, I'd tell you this probably. Don't you let them motherfuckers get you down. Fuck every last one of them. Matter of fact, when they come in your chat room, don't even engage with them hard. Just be like, you know what? Go fuck yourself. And make sure that's a mantra or find something synonymous with it. Fuck you. You're not going to stop me. Fuck you. You're not going to stop me. I want you to say it with me when you see this clip or this video. Fuck you. You're not going to stop me. You got to keep saying that because it's a distant hindering that's going around right now with some of these women. They don't like you and they don't want you to be. They don't like their own man. They'll chastise you dating. Listen, Danielle, listen. They'll chastise you dating a white or Italian or Greek or Israeli woman, which I've dated all of them. But they won't chastise Serena Williams. She has a beautiful family. Look at the beautiful kids. So it's a difference when a black woman has a mixed kid by a white man than a white woman that has a mixed kid by a black man, huh? Is that true? But at the whole time, let me get this straight. Black men come from black women. Ain't that amazing? That's an amazing ideology right there. You'll have these same black women of a certain skill that'll be online nowadays, and they'll be chastising and saying everything. Only thing you gotta do is go under any post that has to do with a black man and a white woman being nuptial or being in love with each other, and see the comments you see from black women. They're disgusting. And a lot of the times they'll have white homegirls that they hang out with. That's the shit that be confusing to me. You'll have white homegirls you hang out with talking that shit. I'd be like, well, what about Becky? I thought you and Becky was cool. Oh, you ain't cool with Becky like that? I don't know if this might get some slack, but I don't want to ask since the other night. But how do you feel about MGK? MGK has a mixed daughter. You know what I mean? And I believe she just turned 18 or something around there. She's driving age because there was a video popped up about him buying her a car. I've never met MGK, so I don't know MGK. He's one of those rare instances where his project was not secular to the projects of other people. I'll give you an example. Like making the band, they wasn't really secular to the mechanism like that. Like a G-Dep would be, or like Black Rob would have been at that time, or many of other artists. It was like, and I don't want to call them that, but we had like, it was like a bad boy C list, B list, and an A list. Does that make sense? And if I had to put niggas on a list, I would say MGK was definitely B tier. He definitely wasn't C tier. C tier was reserved more for singers, I think, when the Bad Boy Regiment. I think C list was reserved for singers. But I think like the B list, you had Donnie Klang, you had what was his son's name from Queens? It was his white boy from Queens, Kane. Some people ain't gonna remember him. He was a white boy from Queens that Puff had signed. I never met him. I never met Donnie Klang. I never met, well, what was that girl's name? It was this girl that I met later on, but I had heard of her. And I met her later on. Her name's Michelle. She's actually Italian too. And she had did a demo with Puff, but nothing never matured from it. It was very nice too, but I met her. And I always took an interest to her. And she got mad at me because I guess she thought that Puff had me following her. I used to go in because she played piano and shit like that or whatever. We had mutual friends. And for some reason or another, she got weird and thought Puff had me following. I was like, nah, sweetie, Puff ain't got me following you. I just wanted to check you out. But since you won't be funny, I just blocked the bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, you know hard feelings, bitch. You would have better, right? You would have better off having me follow you or listen to you rather than not me following you at all. Not on somebody else's behalf, on my own behalf. So I was like, we'll see what else she could do. Sometimes some people, when they get away from their companies, their music companies, they actually become better artists because now they don't have any what's the word I'm looking for? They don't have anything hindering them from being what they want to be contractually, um, creative wise. You go back basically being how you was before you got the deal. Yeah, he do got some good music, but like definitely, like for example, I never promoted MGK's album. I think I might have been gone by then. That might have been the reason. No, I wasn't going by then. No. Because he came around in like 2000, what, 13, 14 or something like that, Danielle? Yeah, I've been with different races. My son is half Puerto Rican. I have too. I grew up like that because I grew up in I mean, of course you know, but I grew up in an environment for the people that don't know. I grew up in an environment where, like, the first beginning of my life, I was always around multiple races of people, which is a different experience for a lot of other people. The other thing is, I was around different people from different parts of the Caribbean. I was around Jamaican people, Spanish people, white people, black people. I was around a lot of different people. And the other thing is the environments I lived in. I always, for the most part, always lived in a good environment. Like I said, the last place I lived there was a fucking golf course attached to the corporate apartments where we lived in, an Olympic-sized pool and a sauna and tennis courts and we had a balcony bathroom. Everybody had a bathroom in their bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he just started his own label. Tell a nigga holler at me then. Tell a nigga holler at me. I didn't know he did that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know MGK though. I know niggas that know him. I know he know Chrome. I don't know him though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying I wouldn't like to meet him though. I like some of the shit he's doing now versus when he first started out. I think with him, I think the thing with him with MGK, I know I got off the subject, but with MGK as a bad boy artist, I think when they first started out with him, they didn't know how to patent him. I think he didn't even know himself how to patent himself. And I think it takes some discovery or whatever. As far as rapping though, the only mistake he ever made is when he went up against Eminem. I said, nah, dude, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's like LL going up. That's like Cannabis going up against LL. You saw how that shit worked out. So you know what I'm saying. And he was lucky it was good enough. You know what I'm saying, that he got a pass. But that could have been career ending right there. And yeah, so he's lucky. But as far as his music, yeah, I like some music. I like some music. I like the stuff that he's doing now. I like the look that he's doing now. I believe he's doing movies now. He said, oh, he's going to be doing a movie. But yeah, shout out to MGK, man. Ohio, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? Nah. But MGK, he's a white man with a black daughter. So back to what I was saying though. And just to add another term too. MGK, if you do hear this, let me tell you something. I'm tell a lot of you artists this. I meant to say this the other day and I'm gonna say it now. And then I'll get back into the stuff and then we'll get into the Puff stuff too. I ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Nobody asked me why I had Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein on the screen. You know what I'm saying? Nobody asked that, right? Okay. Y'all noticed that, right? Ain't nobody asked, why you got Ghislaine and Epstein on the screen? Nobody asked, right? Nobody asked, right? Y'all noticed that, right? Okay. Just pay attention to that. So anyway, listen. So anyway, long story short, one of the biggest mistakes that I think a lot of artists are making right now, and I think it's a way of getting rid of the people, well, one way anyway, amongst many, because we see it now. We see it now. But just like I always do, I got something for that. There is a thing that's going around now that basically trying to get rid of the old regime. Is that better put? Yeah. And see, I have a knack. That's one thing I have a knack for, and that's why I see what the question you should have asked yourself when you asked about me and the bad boy thing is, why do they keep that motherfucker around? Because they're smart. Smart in a way that you're not. Where a lot of y'all are surface smart, and that's why you use over articulation to try to answer things. I'm not like that, and I don't have to be like that. Um, People that are trying very hard, they usually are like that. They have to try really, really, really hard. They have to say all these articulate, over articulate things and give all these specifics and try to make it sound grand when really the shit ain't that grand. I told y'all this about the bad boy. I mean, excuse me, about the Diddy case. You know what I mean? I said this shit might not go the way you think it's gonna go, because I know New York. I know New Yorkers, and New Yorkers don't think the way that these two major people that were down there speaking about the Diddy case think. They're from out of state. We don't think like that, respectfully. But the way you think, we don't think, nor do people here think the way you think. And you being here a month, you cannot grasp a New York personality. You understand what I'm saying? So I felt offended by that portion. But anyway, just moving on amongst other things. Because these two particular bloggers were collecting thousands of dollars, and these two bloggers down at the Diddy trial were from New York, and people in New York were privy and giving them money over even other New Yorkers that were down there at the trial. And that shit would always sit a certain way with me, because these were a certain type of brand of New Yorkers. These were sucker New Yorkers. Any nigga that donated to some niggas down there from out of state for the trial versus the other New Yorkers, including myself, that were down there, you a sucker. Any niggas from New York that was sitting on there and they ain't give a hindrance of a doubt whether Pup was guilty or not, you a sucker. Don't you come out to the motherfucking shows either. I don't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? And let the word reflect that. Moving on from that to the side. I say that to say this. There are a lot of people out here now that are selling their catalogs. And just like they try to get rid of Pup, I believe. They try to get rid of Jay. And hopeless other ones. Dirk, a couple other people. Rocky, a couple other people. You know what I'm saying? Good thing they saw the truth from Rocky. Good thing they saw the truth from Puff. You know what I'm saying? Because I saw some motherfucker come in here earlier. Were you at the Diddy parties? Even after the testimony, this is the average retard motherfucker will say. Nigga, you heard the testimony. There wasn't no Diddy parties. Nigga, it was a private indolo with him, some strippers, and Cassie. Or the other two bitches. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about at this point? At this point, you sound stupid now. You know what I mean? But you can't tell the average motherfucker that. They're going to think what they're going to think, right? I would do almost anything to meet him. I thought Rap Devil was better song than M took Rap. Yeah, you already know what I'm talking about. Cool. We're going to talk about him some more in a minute. Let me just get this out. We all have this thing where niggas are selling their catalogs. I saw what Dr. Dre sold his catalog for 200 something million. Nigga, you made almost damn near $1 billion off the headphones. Why would you sell your catalog for 200 million? Because they think the catalogs in the future ain't going to be worth shit. Because they think the catalogs in the future are not going to be worth shit. And so as music starts to deduce in its worth, like I said, I come from a time in music where I saw shit go for $75 for box sets. If you were talking about the Rolling Stones, if you were talking, and it was an experience. The music is not an experience anymore. So once you started letting these streaming companies, and I do believe, and I say it from YouTube all the way to motherfucking the other motherfucker, what is it called? I don't use them bitches, but you know what I'm talking about. The other streaming site that's ripping everybody off, getting them cents on the dollars for shit that used to be worth $10, $15, $17. You understand what I'm saying? There was a time, whether y'all believe it or not, under less than, I'm going to say 13, maybe 14 years ago was the time I saw the last stores like Tower Records, Virgin Mega Store, things like, I can at least speak for the New York City area. There was it was a time where you could still purchase them box sets for $75, or the Rolling Stones or Madonna with the poster in it, or the autograph this, or the then they got them deduced down to $50. Then they got them deduced down to, you know what I'm saying, to $25 or whatever, as they started flooding out the stores and getting rid of physical entities. Slowly you started to see, because of physical entities being exterminated from the business, it all turned to segue into files. And that took out the experience of the music. And since you don't have any experience with the music anymore, it's worth less. Since you don't really have an experience with this streaming shit here on YouTube, it's worth less. This is why the same format that they use on If y'all look at some of the demographics and analytics, I can show you how much I make per video. You'd be surprised. 58 cents, 78 cents. I think I had one that was $1.20 one time. $2. I think I had one that was one time. That's it. It's very small increments of money. And so not only did they fuck up the money, but they fucked up the perspective for the artist. Now the artist is not concentrated on creating great grands of work that should be historic and listened to over and over and over again. No, now the artist is bent on something else, making a revenue and making a revenue return or ROI. And that's a more important thing now. But he's going to make that ROI off of performing and touring. So you're going to tire that artist out to the point, and they don't get this. You're going to tire that artist out from that performing, overperforming, really, that they're not going to be creative anymore. And that's why when you get the second album, it sucks. Third album, it's okay, it's lukewarm, but it never competes with that first album because they don't have the vigor anymore. So when I see these artists now selling their catalogs for $200 million, $300 million, I even saw Neil Diamond sold his catalog. Please keep something in interest. Stop doing this shit. And I'm going to tell you why. Movies 10, 15, 20 years from now, commercials 10, 15, 20 years from now, I don't know, commercials, whatever. They're always going to have one thing. You know what that thing is? I tried to tell this one of them little light-skinned gals that was down there at the motherfucking courtroom, and the bitch didn't get it when I was saying it on my live, but I'll say it again. Licensing. Oh, yeah. See, Dr. Dre got too many motherfucking hits to be selling the catalog. And if anything, you should have kept anything from motherfucking The Chronic. Every song that was off The Chronic, you should have kept that bitch. Every song you had off I got you, Allison. Every song that you had off The Chronic, keep that shit. Every song that you had off that movie The Wash, keep that shit. You only sell fragments of the catalog. Some of these guys are selling their whole entire catalogs. And what happens is you mute yourself, you put yourself on mute for residuals when it comes to, or RRIs, if you want, some people want to call it, when it comes to licensing. Now, licensing can be for a commercial, TV program, or whatever. You license the shit out, and then what do you call it? And then you license it out, and then it reverts back to you. That's the word I'm looking for. It'll revert back to you. So you can license the music out for a little bit or whatever, and then the rights will revert back to you. That's what he should have done. But I understand it too. I think a lot of them are cashing out because they see it's still some worth. So you got these private equity companies that are coming in, and they're offering monies. They're investment groups, basically. And I think this is the pillar that they're going to use off of it. They're going to use a pillar of, we're going to license off the music where you was brain dead not to see that. So the way to circumnavigate around that, and if you're listening to me, artists or whatever, because a lot of you will have hits, the way to circumnavigate around that shit is make sure you keep the shits that's the hits. Sell all the other shit if you want to. Oh, you want that song, you can have it. But the shit that was the hits, all the shit that peaked at 10, those bitches are always worth money. And they're worth money with the licensing now. You understand what I'm saying? So make sure you take advantage of that. Like I'll say about probably my favorite artist, but Kells is all around artist. Hotel Diablo, I got you. If you haven't heard it, you must listen out. Now I'm gonna listen to it. I listen to a lot of people. I listen to Britt Freyes. I listen to Friday. That's my homeboy right now. I learned how to sing his song. A lot of people don't know I sing and I rap. I'm a musician. I'm not a blog. I'm a musician. You know what I'm saying? That's why y'all saw me this past Thursday. I was there on this page. If y'all ain't checked it out, I had Designer up here. My bad boy family up on the camera, whatever. I sat with niggas for 3 hours, which reminds me, I've been here for 1 hour 38 minutes. Let me hurry this up, because ain't nobody donated, and I don't stay here no longer than 2 hours. I made a mistake yesterday staying here for 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? And I really be dropping gems. I just drop them the way I drop them. But yeah, this is the last time you get some free game from me. Trust me on that one. We switching up this YouTube shit again. I ain't gonna be doing, like, I do these lives, like I said, like twice or whatever, but once I get in the lead with something here, I'm going to stop doing these live shits. These live shits is a waste of time now. You know what I mean? Like, YouTube has such a crowd that's so negative, and the people in it are so negative, and they're so conscientious on getting over on people, that it's really not even a place to be at. I watched some niggas to try to destroy a 16-year-old boy today. I don't want to be part of that shit. I don't want to be part of no crowd like that. These are a bunch of fuck niggas. You know what I'm saying? The majority of them, a bunch of fuck niggas and a bunch of bitter bitches that are not bent on anything but destroying the reputation of the same men they give birth to, which is confusing as fuck. These bitches hate their own sons. These bitches hate their daughters. Not all of them, but a good 70% of them. They hate you. And I keep telling y'all that. And y'all keep saying example of it. I thought the T.I. would have been enough for y'all. Y'all like, that's my sister. Don't you say none of this around no black dude. They're going to get mad. The first thing they start thinking about is their mama. They start thinking about their sister. I don't think about my sister when niggas is talking about hoes. I don't think about my mama when niggas is talking about hoes. If you thinking about your mama or your sister when niggas is talking about hoes, that's the real problem. Your mama was a hoe. Your sister is currently a hoe. One of the biggest pills to swallow right now, one of the biggest pills to swallow for men to men, is coming to arms and tests about your mama being a hoe. Yes, nigga. Nigga used to pull up to your mama's house, beep, beep. You'd be like, Mama, Mr. Charles outside again. Okay, tell him I'm coming, baby. Mama, that man out here again. I can tell. Oh, you could tell I rap. Okay, I was like, what the fuck she said? Thank you, I appreciate it. What's up, Allison? What's happening? Dead ass serious. Everybody mama did. Shit, some of these chicks in the chat, they was that mama. Beep, beep. Mama, Mr. Johnson out there again. Okay, baby, tell him I'm coming. Bitch, get back home. Be like, my throat hurt. But these kids gonna look great in these school clothes this year. Mr. Johnson took care of everything. My cell charger. What the fuck are you talking about? Hold on one second. I got this chick in here. What are you talking about? My cell charger? That ain't how you spell check. What? Hey, yo, take a break, Allison. Right? Like, get your spelling together. You starting to look weird here. You writing sell my charger. Spell charger. Changer. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, I get what she's saying. She's saying my cell charger spell changer. Oh, okay. I got you. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay, that's your homie right there. I got you. I'm like, what the fuck is she talking about? Now I get what she's saying. The fucking what's the name? Let me tell you what you gotta do. You gotta hit Alice. You gotta hit where the fuck is it at? Go to your keyboard. And then your keyboard, it doesn't matter what phone you got. In your keyboard, within your keyboard, there's gonna be a thing. Haha, you got charges on the mind. Yeah, I like the Dodge Charger. Charger ain't too bad. I give me a Hellcat beforehand though. Oh no, my real car is a wide body Mazda. You understand? That's what I prefer. That's my preference. Wide body Mazda. Second to that, 4-door panorama Porsche. But number one on that one, I'm gonna say number one. Number one for me would be the Hellcat over any other. I'm gonna tell you why I say that Dodge Hellcat right there. That's Dodge too. We can say that. Have you ever talked the motor in these motherfuckers? Or see how fast they can go. The Hellcat Jeeps. I mean the Hellcats and the what's the Jeeps called? They both got the same engine in them. But with the Hellcat joint, that's definitely the one's gonna be like Nah, it blow the stock. It blow the off a stocking parlor, restored or new. Trust me, that Hellcat or that motherfucker Wilson, they gonna blow the doors off that shit. I'm telling you, I wouldn't even, like if it was in the Apollo, I wouldn't even pull, I wouldn't even look the niggas way to even suggest I want to race. Track hawk. Track hawk. The track hawk. That's the joint I'm talking about. My foes are working against me. Yeah, the track hawk joint. You know what I'm talking about, DeMarcus. He know what I'm talking about. That's a mean motherfucker. Your message got retracted, so write whatever you wrote before. Hey, Prince Tarot, a.k.a. Jen. What's going on? I'm a Taurus, in case you're wondering. Anybody that deal with tarot cards, that's the first thing they do. They trying to psychologically read you. And I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind if you do a sort of psychoanalysis. It just be all these other motherfuckers in here. Get to Brimhaven and level where the fuck is Brimhaven? And level up your agility. Luxopol. Don't nobody in your house like you, do they? You've been a loser in your household all your life, and that's why you come to the internet to try to starve stuff. People, let's see what your history is like on here. I like people like that. Let's see an example. You've been here for 9 years with 1 subscriber. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we have a purveyor, provocateur, predator, possibly and perhaps, that has been here for 9 years. Oh, you going on the list? If y'all didn't know, I'm doing a whole reel on people. Is she? I'm a Taurus too. I'm doing a whole reel on people that come up here talking the most or troll, and they ain't got, find a bridge, and they ain't got no following. They've been here I think the most that we caught somebody was a dude that had been here literally for 18 years. I said, how you been here for 18 years blogging and you only got 59 subscribers and you telling other people what they should be doing with their page? It's beyond me. But this new algorithm system, like I told y'all before, is messing everybody up. We're getting a whole bunch of clownsters. I think even YouTube might be paying some of these people to come in our chats. I never know. So, yeah, because I think what they really want to do is they want to dumb down the amount they have to pay out to us as, how can I say it, as content creators. I really think that's what they want to do. And I'll tell you why. Advertisers are not coming to YouTube like they used to. They're not. And that's why I said it doesn't help out when you guys come over, especially people from the black community that claim that so much that they're so oppressed and everything like that. And it seems like to me, a lot of y'all just want to become the new oppressors. Because I saw what was going on with me happened to a 16-year-old today. And I'm like, okay, they're doing this to everybody. Now, I don't think it's a phone farm like they do in China. I know what you're talking about. They got like 38 phones on a fucking wall rack. No, I ain't talking about that. Hooked up to a computer, and all the computers is like, what's the name? I know what you're talking about, Allison. That's very true. They do. I don't think that's what they're doing here on YouTube. It's impossible. It's too many people. But what I do think they're doing is they're doing something where, and I talked about this other day because I had people prove it. I said, if you found me by scrolling, let me know in the chat room. There was person after person after person after person. And said, I think it was like 5 people. The day before that, I had talked about the same subject, and I said, listen, there's a lot of changes that's happened to the YouTube algorithm where they're basically prioritizing putting this out to strangers. And I proved it. I took a snapshot of my analytics for the bi-weekly. 58.7% of my followers were new followers. They had found me. And then only 3.8% were returning out of 30K. Oh. Well, I think they believed up in YouTube was that No, it's not a conspiracy. It's very easy to figure out. A conspiracy is something you can't prove. I can prove this shit. Because the only thing I had to do was just ask people, how did you find me? Oh, I was just scrolling and I found you. They said this voluntarily. That's what on yesterday's podcast. You go look for yourself. My comments still stay up. So you got it very quickly. Okay, he knows what he's talking about. But I've been talking about the thing for 3 or 4 days. But being the fact that they try to skew men of color's intelligence and validity on here, that's what it is. And so, like, you just take it like, okay, well, if it was a snake, it would have bit you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Alfred, hold on. Mm. I'm sorry, y'all. I went on the Fat Kid run yesterday. And this is one of my second favorite cookies from when I was a kid. My first one is Oreo. So if you're a chick that want to marry me, just give me a couple packages of Oreos. And these joints right here. I get the chocolate ones too, but the chocolate ones, I end up getting pimples from them. Like the chocolate cookies that are wafer cookie with the drizzle, they have the same thing except for the wafer is chocolate, but it's too much chocolate and you end up getting pimples and shit. She said exactly. They're trying to get rid of people and replace with AI bots selling to other bots while GoDaddy gets rich and builds bunk. I don't know about the build and bunker thing, and I don't know about GoDaddy, but I will agree with you on this much. And I'm just saying that because I don't know. But I will say this much where I do agree with you at. It's definitely about advertising dollars. I wrote this down the other day. I'll say it again. YouTube gets its money from advertisers. Advertisers buy space, kind of similar to the Super Bowl and other events. And but this is a Super Bowl that goes on every day. So what they do is they sell advertising space to these guys. Now my breakdown of it was, and I'll say it again, what I think should happen is because when somebody clicks on those links that are from the advertisers, that most of the time while we're live, we don't even see them. So if they click on that, that means a sale for them if one of my subscribers buys from them, right? But you don't see any of that percentage or any of the commission behind that, even though you're the segue because of these ads on your page from AdSense. You're the segue for them to get there. You don't see a piece of that commission, but you know who does? YouTube. You understand? It's like you're gonna see people leave here, whatever, because they don't understand this type of. That's why I said this is why YouTube is not a good place. This is a gathering space for dummies now. Dummies, erratic motherfuckers, stupid motherfuckers that are like an 80% threshold. There's only about 20% of people on here that's smart. It's only about 10% on here that's gonna actually out of 100% that's actually gonna donate to men of color nowadays, including men of color. Their mama taught them how to hate other men of color. And they are men of color. Well, if you hate other men of color, that means you'll never come together with other men of color to build anything because your mama taught you to stay away from other men that look just like you and not build with them, not, you know what I'm saying, everything else. So it's another conversation. I know what's going on here, man. And as long as I know what's going on, that's all that matters to me. Y'all might not see it. A lot of times in my life, people thought I was harsh about saying some shit, and then they finally find out. We should be seeing a percentage of if you make a sale, I should be seeing a commission from that. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. When I'm here on my page, they give you the option if you want to sell products on your page. First thing they do, they tell you get a commission for it. So really, they're winning in the back end on two ends. One, you got the ads running over your shit, plus the same companies most of the time, especially they produce something, they're actually encouraging you to put their product in your live as well. So then that's two double hits. So if they don't hit the fucking what's the name, then they'll hit the link for to purchase something. Either way it goes, YouTube gets a kickback from it. These motherfuckers get to sell, and the only thing you get is the rips and remnants of a CPM that's entirely low for specific content creators. Like I'm telling you that they do that. I even believe they skew some people on how many views they can get. Yeah, so they trying to slave you into this shit. So that's why I said, like, that's why I be like, oh, fuck all the follower shit. Like, if you cool, you cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, Danielle, like, she already know. But, like, certain other people, you know what I'm saying? I just, honestly and truthfully, I really don't give a shit. You're not supporting my channel. This has been going on for months. This started all when, honestly and truthfully, for me, I covered the Diddy case in person. They had a problem with me when I covered the Jonathan Majors case in person. I can't tell you how many people. You're really down there for him? Like, they were encouraging people in the black community. They were encouraging other black people to not go down there to Jonathan Major and support him, or don't support him online because he was with a white woman. That was the fucking motive right there. Mind you, I can show you story after story after story of white black women, including in my own state here in Connecticut. We had a big case out in Bridgeport where a girl had met some guy on Tinder or one of those things. She invited the guy over. He slept in the bed with her, or whatever. Next thing he told her, he woke up in the morning, she was dead out of the blue. Y'all remember this story? Happened in Bridgeport, Connecticut out here. So, and this is part of my county. So it's not like it's on the other side of the state or nothing. Like, this is part of my county where that story happened. You would think niggas would be trying to talk to me about that. Oh, you live out there. Tell us what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is literally not, this is my county. You know what I'm saying? Remember Snoop, how he was always selling his merch in the background? Yeah, I remember all that. But what I'm trying to tell you is the breakdown of where you're getting all this shit from. See, we could talk about the problem, but what you got to do to eradicate the problem, you got to get to the source of the problem. See, like if your computer was fucked up, right, and the screen didn't come on, we got to find out why that screen ain't coming on. Do we need to replace the whole monitor, or is there some things we could fix within the monitor? Maybe a processor chip, something like that, to fix the monitor. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes if it's a broke down car, what's making the wheels squeak? Well, let's find out what's making the wheels squeak so we can replace that part, or do we have to get a whole new wheel basin? You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to find little small minute things in to fix the problem. The way to fix this problem, and I don't know why more people are not involved in this motherfucking conversation, because a lot of you niggas are monetized on this bitch just like I am. The way that you avoid this happening more and more, where you're getting, basically, this will break it down, we all get nigga pennies, rags and tatters, black, white, polka dot, all, like, we all get nigga pennies for this shit. There's only a couple motherfuckers that are out here, like a Mr. Beast, Marquise Brownie, and a couple other PewDiePie and all of them, or whatever, that are a higher CPM, somehow better than everybody. I think it's the material. What I think it is I think they have found a clever way here on YouTube of saying, well, there's so many people gossiping and everything like that, or whatever. What we're going to do is we're going to remove some of this CPM advantage from the gossiping thing. And if you look deep enough, you'll find there's definitely thresholds depending on what your subject matter is about, as far as how much money you'll make. Now, and I'm dead serious on that. Like, for example, makeup tutorials. Women that do makeup tutorials, they make the most money on here. Believe it or not, makeup tutorials is the girls that make the most money on here. But your CPM could be anywhere from $6 to $7 per share. You understand what I'm saying? Dead ass serious. Most people pay. Yeah, that's one thing I refuse to do. Like, when I got on here, the first week I got on here, because my story had hit a certain different way than other people, I had 3,300 followers before I was, not even a week was done. I think it was like 4 days I had it. When I started the channel, I only had like, I don't know, 300 people or something like that. And so that was one. So I blew up real fast on this channel. I've kept this channel for now 6 years. And I took this channel from 330 followers all the way up to 30K. You know what I'm saying? And most of the people, they fuck with me because they fuck with me. But the thing is, a lot of these niggas, if you go call me if your name is Glitch Boy and you up in here calling some nigga Unc, that means 2 times out of 3, your motherfucking mama was a teen mother. Am I right? How old was your mama when she had you? Walk up. Why should we help you, Maggie K? And why are you so brave that you fucking whore bitch, you put your fucking Cash App in my chat room, didn't speak to me or nothing, and talking about, please help Maggie K. Y'all see that shit right there? Y'all go help the bitch if you want to. What she's trying to prove to you is people care more about a white woman than they do a nigger. Is that what you mean? Hi, Maggie. Oh, yeah, right? Hold on 1 second. Bitch, I don't give a fuck how old you are. You ain't even say hi to me. You didn't even speak to me. And you wrote your Cash App in my chat room. Talking about you 73. I don't give a fuck how old you are, bitch. You come in here just like the rest of them and you speak. And because of that, fuck you. I don't give a fuck what you need. How about that? Bitch know what she was doing. They're gonna try to give me the call some empathy for her. I'm 73. That's all right. There's some conniving ass 73-year-olds out here. My uncle's 78 years old. He'll cuss you and your whole fucking family out. Don't play that shit because somebody over 65 that they're just the nicest people in the world. No, those are some of the most evil motherfuckers in the world. They've been evil their whole goddamn life, so they done mastered the shit. You gonna miss me with that shit, bitch. I'm 73. They ain't even that fucking old. Now, if the bitch would have said she was 83 or 93, I might have thought about it differently. That's what I'm saying. At 73, your ass should be out here still moving around, ho. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? Bitch ain't take no care of herself, not want us to be filled. Them bitch, fuck out of here. See what I mean? These motherfuckers want you to feel more empathy for them than you, but will sit up here. 73 is not old. 73 is not. At 73, you should be high and spry out this motherfucker. You should, to give you some example, how old is Felicia Rashad now? How old is well, her fine fucking ass. Now, that's a black woman I take down for real. Like, you ain't got to ask me no questions about Angela Bassett. Angela, get that ass over here. Come on now. Come on, y'all goddamn Angela, get over here. Angela Bassett can get the bonus. This shit, the whole shit on my face. It's okay. This shit, the whole ass. For real. Yeah, Angela Bassett can get it. Angela Bassett can get the bonus, for real. You know what I'm saying? Tongue and flesh, nigga. Ain't scared to talk about it. Yo, you ain't over there. You ate Angela? Yes, nigga, I did. Well, too. You know what I'm saying? Ask her. Anyway, I'm joking, but right. Angela Bassett finer than a motherfucker. You say Angela Bassett ain't fine, or Sade is 60-something. My point is, she's 60-something now, too. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't like when people come in here. The first thing you do is you write your cash app in here. That shit kind of pissed me off. Anyway, let me segue into the story real quick so I can get off of here. I ain't wasting my time with y'all. Once again, that's why I told you this live shit. Fuck all this shit. This shit's corny. We ain't got nothing here but trolls and niggas that don't fuck with us and niggas that ain't going motherfucker. I don't give a fuck how old you turn, nigga. Fuck you too. You ain't donate shit. Real. Been here for that long, you ain't donate shit, and that's the first thing you want to chip in and talk about. I'm gonna be 73 too. I don't give a fuck. This is not Nebraska. This is not motherfucking any of the places you live at. This is the New York City tri-state. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit you talking about. For real, none of it. I spend just my life trying to tell about corrupt. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, that's what's up. That's not what I do. I'm not a conspiracy channel. I'm not a T channel. I just so everybody don't get this confused. I'm not a conspiracy channel. I'm not a vibes channel. I don't sit around with niggas talking about, yo, the GOP is in discussion with NASA and they've got 15 aliens living in fucking Texas. I ain't that nigga. You see what I'm saying? So if you think I'm that nigga, you wrong. You said what? I'm 61. I deal like I'm 15. I don't know what that means. You know Allison? Danielle? She don't seem like somebody you hang out with. You know Danielle, you know Allison? Just tell me yes or no. You know Allison? Let me know if you know Allison. Like for real, for real. No, I don't need you to share me. Please don't share me. Please don't share me. Please don't share me. Please don't share me. No. Matter of fact, let's get you up on out of here. Okay, good. I just got rid of that bitch. That bitch was making me feel weird. She was talking about all kinds of weird shit earlier. It was like, first of all, she was talking about some bunkers and shit. I was like, no, I don't fuck with no bitch. Like, listen, as it's like that Allie Carter bitch, right? She was out here talking about there's tunnels in it, and Puppet's got the tunnels in his car. Was just trying to be nice. Yeah, son, baby, listen, you Italian. Don't be nice to motherfuckers in 2025 unless you determine that they're worth being nice to. In 2025, don't use them old don't use them old rhetoric trying to be nice to a motherfucker. Like niggas be coming up in here talking about, well, if you spoke a little bit nicer, fuck you. Fuck you. If I gotta kiss your ass for you to listen to me, if I gotta kiss your ass and make you feel comfortable because you fucking feel uncomfortable because somebody's cursing or whatever, whatever. Okay, what do you do when you're out in public? Somebody smoking a cigarette. Do you cut them off? Do you tell them, yo, you can't smoke a cigarette? No, you go to fuck on about your business, right? If somebody's out in the middle of the motherfucking street and they yelling and screaming into each other or whatever, whatever, or they're having an argument or whatever, do you intervene in that? Do you get to correlate that? No, you fucking don't. You understand what I'm saying? If you get into a car wreck and get a flat tire or some shit like that, somebody got to come out and fix the shit, right? Do you get to correlate how long they taking everything? No, you don't. So what really the problem is motherfuckers think that they have a little bit of control here in this whole shared space on the internet that they don't have in real life. Some of these motherfuckers be on the line talking shit or whatever. Bitch, your kids don't even respect you. Your husband don't respect you. So you come to the internet to get respect, you fuck nigga, you. Think I don't see the motherfucking keys, nigga. These niggas, a lot of these motherfuckers that be online, they don't get no respect in real life. You understand what I'm saying? I got spaces I walk into, nigga, in real talk, niggas is fearful of me. You understand what I'm saying? Fearful of me. Some of the motherfuckers that was down there at that courtroom was fearful of me. Yes, you was, nigga. You was scared. Make no mistake about it. You was scared. So that my point is, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't with all that making up shit. Like nigga, I started my podcast in the streets. You understand what I'm saying? Outside. Go to my page right now. Go on my lives. Scroll, and all thing you're gonna see is me covering court cases. Me covering real shit. I was covering court cases 2 years ago with Jonathan Majors. These niggas ain't even thought about it. There are a lot of these people, they drew their inspiration from coming down to the courthouse based off me. Me and 3 other vloggers were the only ones down there motherfucking filming. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I'm saying that as I segue here into the Diddy trial, whatever. I mean, Diddy case or whatever, because this part of material has to be addressed. See, there was a lot of people down there that was talking a whole bunch of shit that wasn't even from New York City. Acting like they knew everything that was going on. They knew they had the answers to everything and all this shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Couple motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Could have been something happening, no, you know what I mean? But it didn't. You gotta double tap that screen, hit the like button. Also, make sure you hit up the Cash App, support the channel. I appreciate it if you do. It's a lot of people. And if you're a man in here, make sure you donate. If you ain't a man in here, you talking all that big money shit, you can't donate a couple dollars in here, whatever. Don't say nothing in my chat. How can I say it? I don't like siding myself with men. I never have. Men that don't have my back, men that don't have my best interest. I don't side myself with men that think they too big to help out, quote unquote. You gonna call me brother, but you ain't good enough to help out a brother. Like I'm fucked up, dog. I'm fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like I could use a quick little $80 or something like that, whatever. And I work for my money. So that's one thing you can't never tell me. That's why I get like, how do you say it, insulted? When I'll be like, nigga, have you seen my track record on this page? I don't just talk about shit in my bedroom. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't, like, since the beginning of Spark of this page, even if you just look at the past 2 years and you see everywhere that I've traveled up until 2 months ago, and I just stopped doing it. I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm traveling all these places throughout New York, and I gotta travel. I'm talking about, I live in Connecticut. I gotta go to New York. So I'm traveling for these people. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just, it's crazy. What you say? The Great Controversy book will help you. Bitch, I don't need no motherfucking book that help me, motherfucker. I worked in the music industry for 17 years. You take you and that motherfucking esoteric shit that you got going on, go burn some sage, motherfucker. Matter of fact, don't let me find out who you are. I'll burn some sage for you, have something terrible happen to you. Don't leave me no heart emergencies. You don't mean that shit. Burn in hell, motherfucker. I can't stand a motherfucker like that. Burn in hell, motherfucker. And y'all don't run why I'm saying that is because I can't stand motherfuckers like that. When I was fucked up, and that's what I was saying. I took so much offense at what happened to that dude today, that kid that was in his chat just trying to get some money up. And I saw all them black people over there attacking him. It reminded me of the same thing I saw with Puff. All these black people were attacking him. And all these black people, though, they weren't attacking nobody white. In fact, even they did the same pattern. The black people would what's the saying? Piggyback with the white vloggers and the white people that were anti-Diddy. But same thing I saw over there with this young man. He wasn't even talking about Diddy. He was talking about, yo, I'm fucked up. I'm hungry. My mom's in jail right now. I'm 16. I don't know what to do. And it was 30 and 40-year-olds in there making fun of him. Go get you a job. You got to go through a rough. They don't care about no black men. You understand what I'm saying? When it comes to black women, 70% of them. You understand? They don't want to be your wife. They don't want to be your companion. They don't want to be your friend. No, nothing. My best advice to you, if they get a little charge, you can find out where he is. It's in my community section. If you find out who they are and you find out they like that or whatever, and they come at you violently, do not hesitate, because she will do something to you. They're violent. Do not hesitate. Poke that bitch up. Grip up on that bitch, whatever you got to do. Because trust me, she's going to do something to you. They're violent. There's video upon video online right now of bitches attacking men with cars, hitting them and killing them. Bitches knocking niggas in the head with hammers while they sleep and shit. It's crazy out here. Black, white, polka dot, all alike. I don't fuck with that shit no more. I don't fuck with that shit no more. Don't ask me for shit. Nah, bitch, I can't protect you. Protect your motherfucking self. You said leave you alone. All right, cool. I'm gonna leave you alone. Good luck to you. You know what I'm saying? You said the white man got your back. He'll help you out. He should be coming through here in a little bit. You'll be all right. All right, peace. And then the bitches get mad and then act like, oh my God, I can't believe they are the most crybaby crowd on the internet. These bitches go around and be nasty and mean to everybody. Make fun of people. The shit that come out of some black women's mouth, it will make you sick to your stomach. If you're white or any other culture, you read it. You'd be like, these bitches are demonic. Like the shit they read out. Like wishing death on people, wishing the worst on people. This is what these bitches do on a day-to-day basis on motherfucking internet. And it's almost like they're terrorists. If you don't believe me, just go back and remind yourself what you found and was exposed to from the T Act. You understand what I'm saying? Tom, I'm not your friend. You understand what I'm saying? And why you in here? Because I'm in here taking up for men, and you sitting up here talking about what the fuck you talking about. I'm talking about how your mother's a whore, and you almost wasn't here. Because we told a bitch to go down to choices, and now we got to deal with you up in the chat and shit. Let's see how fucking successful you are, Tom. Well, Tom's been here for 12 years and got 6 subscribers. Let me tell you something, Tom. If you got 6 subscribers and it took you 12 years to get them, you ain't in no position to be asking any fucking questions. So I want you to do something for me, Tom. Okay, you loser motherfucker. I want you to go find a bridge and do the Lord's work. That's what I want you to do, Tom. Find a bridge and do the Lord's work. Thank you for asking if I know that chick before getting rid of her. Very sweet. Danielle, you already know. You Gucci. Now, I don't like... That chick was weird. I don't want nobody around me like that. That's the problem with this thing now, is all these weirdos on this thing. Like, there's no reason I got 30,000 subscribers and nobody's sending up the Cash App. Don't you find that weird, Danielle? You don't find that weird? You don't find that weird? 30,000 motherfuckers and ain't named one motherfucker. Like, if 30,000 motherfuckers, you should be seeing at least $500 every 4 days. You see what I'm saying? So it is what, yeah, you know what I mean? It like you should be seeing at the minimum $100 per episode. That's why I said I've been here for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Motherfucker ain't donated to me. I went over there and watched that young man that was 16 and he's in dire straits compared to me. And they was over there making fun of him, talking about he was a loser. He ain't shit. The boy was 16 years old, and I kept writing in his chat room. This kid is 16 years old, and they were 30 and 40-year-old motherfuckers because they're not content with their life. Like, this is all right. So you're big shit compared to who? Because I can take some people out of my fucking region right here. You understand what I'm saying? And they would make you look like you wasn't shit. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, you got a brand new BMW. There's motherfuckers that live in my area that have Lamborghinis, Mazis. You understand what I'm saying? Can you compare with them? You can't even pull. If you pulled up in the same gas station with them, you will feel embarrassed. You see what I'm saying? See how easy that is? So it's like, these niggas, they get a little couple dollars. They don't want to flex on nobody that's important. They want to flex on their own people in the hood. Don't flex on the hood, inspire the hood, nigga. I ain't got no... Listen, you come through flexing in the hood, you know what happened to niggas that flex in the hood, right? For the real ones out there. You know what happened to niggas that they flex in the hood, right? What usually happen to niggas that they flex in the hoods? Can somebody answer that? Ain't nobody gonna answer that, because that's the other thing there. A lot of them is cowards. What happened to niggas when they flex in the hood? Anybody? Nobody gonna say nothing? Nobody knows? You're lost now? Some of the niggas listening to me right now on the 5th floor of the projects. You gotta walk through piss to get to your apartment. You don't understand what I'm talking about. What happens to niggas that come through the hood flexing on niggas instead of expiring niggas? They get got. Thank you, Gator. A word? Oh, all right. No. We see you next time, son. All right, we can get home safe, son. Safety. Gloria Estefan and Amelia Estefan are considering taking legal action against one Diddy accuser after they were named in the suit, which has since been thrown out. We caught up with the powerhouse couple in New York City this week, where both Gloria and Emilio separately suggested that they were thinking about suing after a man name-dropped them and their Miami home in the human trafficking claims against Bad Boy Records founder Diddy. In a now dismissed lawsuit, the man claimed that he was drugged and shuttled to one of Diddy's star-studded freak-off parties at the Star Island mansion and got there via a secret tunnel between Gloria's estate and Diddy's house. As Gloria told us on Thursday, she never worried about the lawsuit and even laughed off the notion of the secret tunnel beneath her home. She did, however, note that the accuser would have some splaining to do over the claims, which she slammed as total fantasy. One comment similar. Yeah, so you're starting to get the gist of these motherfuckers are lying that are accusing Gloria Estefan, accusing Diddy, which she slammed as total fantasy, a comment similar to one she shared back in May. Emilio, her husband, hit back and explained that a supposed tunnel between the two properties was impossible, given that the home sat on an island. Well, isn't that what I said? This article's from today. Isn't that what I said? Do y'all remember me? Daniel, you was here. Daniel, do you remember me breaking that down? And I was like, yo, first of all, Star Island, this is why you know niggas ain't never been nowhere, but they online talking and they get motherfucking donations for talking this dumb shit. I said this shit yesterday, and I said it the day before yesterday. If you don't believe, you can go back. You understand what I'm saying? And look, he said, haters happen when you flex. Exactly, No Face. You can go back and listen to me say it. But Daniel, and I think a couple other people here, when I said it's impossible. Oh, and not in the best idea because it breaks up the integrity of the home to have a fucking tunnel running even a couple of feet on Star Island. That means you ain't never been to Star Island, nigga. You understand? Let me share this real quick. You ain't never been to Star Island. I'm trying to tell y'all, people that get on here gossiping, lying, making up shit to make it sound exciting, those are the ones that get money. Why is that? Why is that? Again, I'm right. Emilio hit back and explained a supposed tunnel between the two properties was impossible given that the homes sit on an island. It's all water beneath the residencies. I just said that. You wouldn't mess up the integrity of the building because it's all surrounded by water. Emilio's message was clear. He wasn't going to let unsubstantiated claims hurt his or his wife's good reputation. Diddy is currently awaiting sentencing after being found on 2 counts of transportation and prostitution, though more than 100 people accused him. He's denied accusations on more than one occasion. That's why I wanted to read that. I'm glad they made that statement. Good for you, Gloria. Thanks for you too, Emilio. Entonces, la gente la cubano. I'm so glad they threw that out in the media. I don't know where they got that out. I'm glad y'all threw that out in the media. Huh? This sits on a fucking island. I ain't have a fucking tunnel, dude. And all the residencies, if you dug a tunnel, I started out and I said, well, first of all, most of the houses down in Florida ain't got basements because of the flooding. Everybody that was from Florida in there, saying in my chat, that's true. How do I know that? Because I've been in Miami and I lived in Florida. I know what the fuck is down in Florida. I got family down in Florida. I know what I'm talking about. So they didn't believe me then. Now you got Gloria Estefan and her husband. And salud, la gente la cubano. Entonces, tú eres un blanco, tú sabes. Un blanco, entonces, salud, pero la corazón en la sangre, entonces, claro que sí. Está porque yo hablo cantuyo. Gracias. Anyway, long story short, I'm so glad that they had the opportunity to put that out into the headlines that, hey, this is Star Island. It's surrounded by fucking water. This is an island, a small island, amongst 2 bigger islands connected by bridges. to give you some motherfucking perspective. There's Aventura, Then you go across the bridge and you go into Miami, Dade. If you make a left, you can go to Fort Lauderdale. Then in the middle of that, the Star Island is an interest of Star Island, but that's its own island. Without that bridge, you couldn't get to it. You would need a boat. Just to give you some perspective. Without that bridge, you would need a boat to get to Aventura. Without that bridge, you would need a boat to get to Miami. Understand now? It's impossible. And so most of the houses being that it's built on land, all three of them, they don't have fucking basements, you stupid motherfuckers. But the niggas that never traveled nowhere or done anything in depth are sitting online talking about, yeah, Allie Carter in the tunnels. Then they gave this bitch Allie Carter thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars. That's what I told you. It's a bitch ran culture, black culture. It's a bitch ran culture. It's a bitch ran culture. It's a bitch ran culture. Anything a bitch say, they believe it. It's dangerous fucking with these motherfuckers in 2025, dog. They are led by bitches. Anything a bitch get online and say. They wasn't making fun of that bitch when she got hit with a brick, claimed she got hit with a brick, but gave that bitch $40,000. She ended up getting arrested. Never heard the African chick said she got hit with a brick, couldn't find out she put a syringe in her face. They gave the bitch that was on the highway $40,000 too when she said, oh, there's a baby on the highway. Well, really, she was just mad at her boyfriend. She got convicted and tried and convicted. The bitch with the brick got tried and convicted. Then there was the other bitch that was out there who was the bitch that said she put Gorilla Glue in her hair. Remember that stupid bitch? They gave that bitch $40,000 and a hair transplant. Then there was the other stupid bitch that decided she was going to climb up to the top of the fucking ceiling on the stripper pole, slips on the motherfucking thing because she got oil on her, slips down since y'all want to make so much fun of baby oil. Fuck this baby oil bitch. The bitch had oil on her body, and the oil made her slip because it hit a certain point, made her slip down the sun pole. Bitch knocked all the teeth out. They gave that bitch $20,000 within 24 hours. I think it was they said 12 hours. So you quickly get to see there's more empathy in black American culture for women than it is for the men. Because this 16-year-old boy, because all them bitches I just named were all grown bitches. Every last one of them bitches is over 25, so ain't no sympathy. The point is, this boy that was 16 years old said he was hungry. And like I said, his link to his live, I don't know if he removed it or what he did, but I got screenshots of it. And you'll see the comments too where they're making fun of him. Because he kept those videos up for some odd reason. I think he didn't save his live probably this time because they was making fun of him. Because I see another comment there saying, he took down all his lives. I said, I bet you did because y'all in there trying to joke him about being homeless. What the fuck is funny about being homeless? Some of y'all niggas, especially if you live in California, what are you making fun of homeless people for? Some of y'all motherfuckers ain't number one check away from being homeless your goddamn self. How many of you in here is late on your light bill right now? How many of you right now is late on paying your motherfucking insurance on your car, paying your car note? How many of y'all late on paying your water bill? How many of y'all are scraping, wondering what you gonna make for dinner tonight? Anybody? Anybody? Nah, y'all ain't gonna keep it real. Y'all gonna be phony as fuck. That's what black culture is nowadays. You gonna answer no real questions. You only answer questions that are decadent. You only resonate with shit that are decadent. That's when I start talking, a lot of niggas be like, what this nigga talking about? What are you talking about? He ain't making no, I'm making perfect sense. But in an imperative world where everybody is destined on paying attention to nothing but one thing, the internet and internet jargon, it's easy to understand why you wouldn't catch it. This is the same group of motherfuckers only one generation later that can't even write in cursive. Did you know that? These niggas can't even write in cursive anymore. Did you know that? Oh, it's a big thing going on nowadays. The kids in school, they're not being taught to write in cursive for years now. They cut it out, I think, like 10, 15 years ago or something like that. You didn't know that? So when we went to school, now we got to learn to write in cursive or whatever. They don't do that anymore. The way that these motherfuckers are taught is different. They're taught in microwave portions. And this is why you get microwave, weirdo motherfucking kids who basically are trying to imitate the Rugrats all grown up. If you want to know why these kids are wearing green hair and purple hair and pink hair, you ain't got to look nowhere further than the Rugrats. These niggas were raised off the Rugrats. You was raised off Scooby-Doo and the Smurfs. These niggas was raised off Rugrats. And the Rugrats were everything that these motherfuckers are. They were mischievous. They were crazy. They get into trouble. And the motherfuckers had multicolored hair. They were weird. That's what's up. Yeah. I ain't talking about your son. I ain't talking about nobody's son up in here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about nobody's son up in here. But I know what you're talking about, Danielle. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that little bit out. You know, Puff is good. And if y'all didn't catch it, they basically had it on Gloria Estefan, her husband Emilio. Salud la gente cubano. and I'm blanc. They're on their way to trying to sue the man who accused them of going back and forth in a tunnel to Diddy's house. When all along, I said, that's Star Island, nigga. Like, this whole shit is surrounded by water. And don't none of the houses in Florida have basements. I said this before this was announced. That's all I got to say. Don't worry about your donations. We ain't worried about that. Let me tell the people that fuck with me, though. Listen, we gonna be taking this shit off of here. This place is poison now. Like, this place is not a good place. If y'all want to stay here, y'all stay here. Me personally, this is not condestined to me moving forward. So what I'm gonna do is, because I already got the shit set up and everything like that or whatever. I'll probably go live over there tonight, to be honest with you. So some of y'all are gonna get a message from me in Cash App, and then some of y'all gonna get a message from me where I just put a check or whatever. And I'm gonna tell you where to follow me in the hashtag. So come over there and follow me or whatever. I'll find some way to get with you or whatever. But we definitely getting off this. This shit right here is a joke. This YouTube shit, the money that they're paying us through AdSense is a joke. So far, I made $47 this month, but yet I got almost 569,000 views. You understand what I'm saying? And most of y'all won't differentiate much than that either with AdSense. Most of y'all ain't seen no more than $200, $300, $400. Be real with yourself. You understand what I'm saying? So let's not pretend like it's big money to be made here. The niggas, all they're doing is, you can't depend on black niggas, because black niggas are not doing nothing but hating. That's like their new thing. Hate the men, love the women. Okay, cool. I need to be off in somewhere else where the majority of the people, like, we're getting relegated to these crowds that don't spend any money. Like, it's just broke people, casual listeners, loser motherfuckers, and niggas that just want a motherfucker like this nigga right here. The fuck you say? I said, go fuck your ugly fucking mother. That's what I said. Anyway, losers like that motherfucker in here. You know what I'm saying? It's just full of riffraff and trash, like I told you. And so we need to get the fuck on out of here. This nigga been having an account for 6 months. 6 years, it got 6 subscribers. Been on here for 6 years, it got 6 subscribers. That's amazing. So you see what I'm saying? You just get corny people on here. Like, you think that dude's gonna donate something to support the channel, and you just can't continue this shit if you ain't making no money. Like, there's really no reason to do this shit if you're not making no money. So we're gonna try moving over to some other apps. I think I'm gonna be doing that this week more than anything. Just experiment and see what goes on or whatever. But this YouTube shit, this ain't it. This ain't it. This shit is now for bitches. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is the new TikTok. YouTube is for bitches. I done had one point, I had 260 people in here, and you notice I've been live for 2 hours and 26 minutes, only 52 likes. The racism here is so deep, the misandry is so deep, and the misandry and the racism, they're basically like partners like that. You know what I'm saying? So even if a bitch ain't racist, she'll side with some racist niggas because it's hating on a black nigga. That's where we're at now. My suggestion is, if you're a black American man, like, if you see a bitch in trouble that's black, keep walking. If you see a bitch that's black and she in peril, keep walking. Do not help these women. They're not going to help you when they really, really come down to it. A lot of y'all niggas want to give up your freedom and everything else for a black American woman. No, keep walking. They are letting you know one way or another that they do not fuck with you. So leave them on their fucking own.